Yes, indeed, man. Facebook channel for your boxing joint.
We live, eat, sleep, boxing.
We live, eat, sleep boxing, man. Big up to we live, eat, sleep boxing. We here about to talk about some basketball. You know what I mean? You know, everybody watched. The whole country basically was watching that on Sunday night. That Last Dance, that Michael Jordan joint. And man, it was pretty good, man. You know, when it ended, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, damn, it's over.
Yeah.
Like I'm fiending for more. You know what I'm saying? That
I'm
two
glad they
hours went
played.
quick.
I'm glad they played 2 episodes.
Yeah, man, that 2 hours went real quick.
Yeah, it's good they put 2 episodes on it, every time it come on though.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Instead, we had to wait for one the next week. That should have dragged on too long.
True indeed. So what you thought about it, man?
I think damn Jordan and Pippen was underpaid.
Hell yeah.
They waited, but the people talking about that 33 and 30 some $1 million, but they gave that to Jordan towards the end of his last 2 seasons.
Yeah, the last 2 seasons, yeah.
Before
And,
that, he wasn't making no damn money. He got paid mostly off endorsements.
yeah. Off the Jordans, Gatorade,
Yeah,
all them endorsements. Haynes. You had the Haynes
yeah.
commercials.
But I think that front office, they caught them. I think they caught them fresh out of college, and they must have signed long term deals.
Yeah.
And watching the documentary, that dude said once you sign the deal, he wasn't trying to change it.
Ooh, Reinsdorf.
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah, there was no internet them days, but I used to read them stories in the paper, you know what I mean? You know, out
yeah,
here
I
we got the
remember.
Washington Post and Mike Wilborn. He be on ESPN around the horn. You know, he's a local. He's from Chicago, but he writes for the Washington Post. So he's a local guy, and he's real close with Mike. And he used to talk about all those Jerry Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause. I knew those guys in the '90s when I was a kid, even before the internet.
Yeah, I saw some of them shits in Sports Illustrated. Where they're like, guess who's the highest paid player? It's not Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
They used to have a little shit like that all the time in Sports Illustrated. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many players in the '90s that was making more money in the NBA. I ain't talking about endorsements. I'm talking about
Yeah.
the NBA.
Yeah, man. Cause the year Mike and them won 72-10. Mike was the
Yeah,
32nd highest paid player in the NBA. That's crazy, man.
yeah. I think they damn front office. They was robbing them boys. If you the GOAT, you know they play him like he was a regular NBA player.
Yeah. But you know what? People blaming Kraus.
Yeah, man.
What about the owner? The owner
The
called the
owner,
shots.
yeah, because the owner made the decisions.
Yeah. He's the one who hires Kraus. He has the final say on everything.
Yeah, because I looked up Jordan contract before he got that 30 something $1 million. He was getting paid like he was a whack dude.
Yeah. Getting peanuts.
Yeah, but he probably didn't. He seemed like that character. He probably had all them endorsements.
Yep. Yeah, man. Them fellas, Mike. I think, after 92, after the Dream Team, that's probably
Yeah.
when, that's when NBA now went global.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure everything went up. People's salaries, coaches, everybody, players. So Mike and them was definitely underpaid. And, they said Scottie Pippen signed that contract in 91.
Yeah. That 7 year contract.
Yeah, and Reinsdorf in the last dance said that he asked Scottie Pippen, "You sure you want to sign this?" Like he wouldn't advise him to have signed that deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But Pittman family were broke though. You saw the documentary.
yeah. That was deep, man. I ain't know all that. And actually, that was the most highlights I ever saw Scottie Pippen in college on that
Yeah.
last dance.
Yeah. But I gotta get Jerry Krause built that roster though.
Yeah, he
That's the only
did,
thing I give.
and he built it for players who can handle the triangle.
Yeah.
Not everybody is built for the triangle or can learn it. You know what I mean? Because, yo, I always look at them Bulls teams and I'd be like, I don't know how. I can't see any other players. If you swap Mike and Pippen and you place in
Yeah.
two other great players, I still don't see them winning no championships. Because them teams,
Yep.
look at the center. They had Luke Longley.
Hell yeah.
Luke Longley was size 7'2". I
Yep.
mean, he could definitely bang with any center that was out there in the NBA, but he ain't better than Shaq and Hakeem and Robinson and
But
Ewing
I
and
noticed
those.
something about them centers, though. If you look at every center on them championship teams from when they first won one with Bill Cartwright,
Yeah, Bill
when you
Cartwright
double team
and Will
Michael Jordan or
Purdue.
Pittman, they can kick it out. Them dudes, every one of them center had a mid-range jumper.
Absolutely. And Cartwright had the ugliest J in life.
But it used to go in, though.
He used to. I don't know how, but he'd wind that like a clock.
Yeah, I like how's that ugly ass shot going in, but it go in though.
I couldn't believe it, man. Yeah, that was a good trade, though. They traded Cartwright back in the G for Oakley.
Yeah, but they won more games when that trade happened too.
Who, the Bulls?
Yeah,
True. Yeah, because they said Oakley was Michael Jordan's best friend. I already knew that because, you know, when Michael Jordan came back to the Wizards, he brought Oakley to the Wizards. You remember?
yeah. And Scottie Pippen said when they used to play with the Bulls, he said they used to Jordan used to eat at spend the night at Oakley's mother's house.
Okay.
When they used to go to his hometown when they played in that city or whatever. they
In
used to spend the
Cleveland.
night at
Yeah, he
Oakley's
from
house.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Yeah,
They
man.
still friends to this day too.
Yup. That's his
That's
man.
when Jordan was talking about leaving. I don't know if they're gonna talk about when Jordan was talking about leaving. He was wanting to go to New York Knicks. You remember?
What was that, like during the last 2 years or so, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember they used to talk about that. Him playing in Madison Square Garden. He loves playing in New York. He always puts on a show.
Yeah, he just wanted to go over there with Oakley though.
Yeah. Oakley was on his way out of town. He was going to Toronto at the time.
I seen Pittman one time because you know Jordan from North Carolina.
Yeah.
They used to have this boat thing. I know you ain't in the boats. I used to go to the beach. They used to have this boat thing,
Uh-huh.
and he bought a boat from down here. Him and Jordan was on the boat in the summer. This was in the summertime back in the day.
With Oakley?
No, it was him and Scottie Pippen.
Oh, with Scotty.
Yeah.
True.
Oakley could have been up there. I don't know, with some people up there, but I just seen Scottie Pippen because everybody was on that on this little deck. Says Mike and Scottie Pippen out here.
Yeah.
But I just looked. They was over there, but I ain't go over there. Too many people was over there.
True.
Yeah, but man, that team was. I remember that whole team from the first championship team, bro.
Yeah, I was saying, look at the rosters, though. I mean, Ron Harper could play, but the Ron Harper on the Bulls wasn't Ron Harper on Cleveland Cavs.
Or the Clippers.
Or the Clippers. Before all them knee injuries, you know, he had.
Yeah, he got his knee. Yeah, he was averaging 20-something points a game.
Yeah, and he was a high flyer, a sky flyer in on the Cavs. So
I
okay,
like that team when he was with the Clippers too, because they had Ron Harper and Danny Manning.
and Pooh Richardson,
And Pooh Richardson. That was a nice little three-man team
and Mark Jackson.
on the Clippers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before he
But
came to
I
Indiana.
think he got hurt on the Clippers too.
Yeah, then he came to Indiana.
Yeah.
Hey, I just put on NBA TV right now, and they got Seattle Supersonics when they were the number 1 seed versus the number 8 Denver Nuggets.
Oh, I cried in that
Man,
game,
I was sad. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was a big Sonics fan.
Man, but that damn whatchamacallit, Denver Nuggets had them guards, man, were tearing them up though. They had Mahmoud Aru and Robert Pack coming
And
off
Robert
the bench.
Pack. And Mr. Doc, you know Mr. Doc from out them side Seattle, he said one thing, and that's truth and rights. Gary Payton was a great defender, but the point guards that gave him trouble were them fast point guards, like Robert Pack, Abdul Rauf, Jason Williams later on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he couldn't guard like like Tim Hardaway either.
Yeah, those fast point guards. Cause Gary Payton was slim, but he's kind of long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I think what's his name? Ricky Pierce was on this 93-94 team.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
I used to
Cause
like
they,
Ricky
cause they
Pierce
ain't
on
have
that team
shrimp.
too.
They ain't have shrimp them times.
Yeah. Was Shrimp with the? Did they have Shrimp that time, or was he with
Nah,
the
he was
Pacers
still on the
still?
Pacers. They ain't have him when they fucking choked against the Nuggets, man. That was
Oh, they
disgusting.
traded him for what's that dude that was on the
For Aaron
was it?
McKee.
Yeah, Aaron McKee was nice though.
Yeah, he was good. But Shrimp was better.
Yeah,
Shrimp
Shrimp
was
was better
always
for
hey
sure.
Shrimp was good on the Pacers. He was an all-star once on the Pacers.
Yeah, but Aaron McKee, I thought McKee played better defense than he did
Yeah,
though.
he did. Oh, no question. Yep. Yeah, Shrimp was like a all-around guy, a triple-double threat every night. And he was
Yeah.
coming off the bench many years in Indiana. You know what I mean?
You remember when Shrimp and Patrick Ewing got in that fight?
Who?
Definitely Shrimp and Patrick Ewing got in that fight when he was with the Pacers.
Oh, nah, I don't remember that one.
That shit was funny.
Shrimp and Ewing. I put my
Ewing,
money on Ewing.
Ewing gave Shrimp a black eye.
Wow. And I bet he ain't get suspended. He played the next game.
I forgot. I remember that fight, but they can't fight. They were swinging all stupid. They were swinging all crazy. Basketball players can't fight.
You know who could fight though?
Who?
Danny Ainge.
Oh hell
Yeah, remember when he picked up Tree Rollins and slammed him?
yeah. Yeah, that don't count because you know all the white boys from Boston Celtics can fight.
Yeah. Larry Bird, man, and Dr. J.
Kevin McHale fight too.
Yup. Kevin McHale was ready for smoke with the Lakers. And Larry Bird was about to fight with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Jabbar told him, fuck you.
Yeah, I remember Kevin McHale clothesline my man coming off the bench. What's that dude name?
Kurt Rambis.
I was mad as hell in that game. I'm like, what the fuck? Y'all ain't gonna kick him out again. I was mad.
Yeah, man. Yep.
You know, that's how y'all used to beat us because on the West Coast, we was known as not playing physical.
Yeah, and the East Coast, just to get to the finals, you guess it's physical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God played the Detroits, the Milwaukee Bucks of those times with Sidney Moncrief and them and Terry Cummins.
Yeah, that's why we gotta talk about. Yeah, Pierce was on that team too.
Yeah, Ricky Pierce was on that team, yep. Yeah. Terry Cummins was good.
Y'all youngsters don't remember Terry Cummins. Terry Cummins used to score 27 points a game. He was a bad man back in the day.
Yeah, he was on the Bucks. He was a high draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Most
Bucks
people
teams
remember him when he came to
to the Spurs.
the Spurs, but he was kind of past his prime by then.
Yeah, he was a starter for a little bit before
Yeah.
Rodman came to the Spurs, and then he went to the bench, and he been on the bench ever since.
Yeah.
Yep, he went to the Knicks after the Spurs,
It was
and that just shows how good Rodman was, cause David Robinson could never get nowhere. Like he
yep.
never get to the Western Conference Finals. When they had Rodman for one season, they went to
Robin said they didn't play hard.
who when he was on the Spurs.
Yeah, he said they didn't play hard.
Yeah, that's why he got embarrassed by Hakeem in them Western Conference Finals.
That's why he went back. He left. That's why he only stayed 1 year.
Yeah, he stayed 1
You
year.
know, Rodman came off a championship team.
Yeah, it's
He
coming.
ain't used to people playing like that. He said they was like they didn't practice hard enough.
Yeah, and that was David Robinson's best season, and the Spurs. The Spurs had the best record in the NBA that year, and
Yeah.
Robinson was the MVP of the NBA. Yep.
And as Robin don't get the props he was deserve either, really. They don't give him rebound, but he was one of the best defensive players I've seen.
In my
Especially when he
lifetime.
was with the Pistons.
Yeah, best defensive player I've probably seen in my lifetime.
He used to guard like we was with Pistons, he used to guard guards and damn power forward.
Man, he guarded Shaq on Orlando Magic when he
Guarded
was on the
Magic Johnson
Bulls.
too,
Yeah, yep. They put him on Magic in the finals.
and Jordan.
Yeah, and he made 0 All-Star games when he was on the Bulls.
Yeah, man, he should have made it an All-Star game.
Yeah, he made his All-Star games on the Pistons.
Yeah, because that man can defend 1 through 5, dog.
Yup, he can move his feet, left lateral movement. He's a great defender, man. I ain't seen no defender like him. When I seen him guarding Shaq
I got to call 2K out too, man. They made some mistakes on their NBA 2K.
oh yeah, what they do?
You remember that guy that went to Carolina that got traded for Vince Carter at draft night?
Vince
Antoine
Carter,
Jameson.
Antoine Jameson, yeah.
No, what college did he go to?
He's a Tar Heel.
Go in the game and look what they college they got him playing for.
Ah shit, I'm gonna go check it later. Who they got, man? Who he playing for?
Villanova or somebody. Some crazy shit.
Oh nah. He was the best player in college basketball when he was
Yeah, he
on
was
the
better than
Tar
Vince
Heels.
Carter in college.
Yeah, he was better than Vince. Yo.
Yeah, you know what's funny too? That I went to see what else they got wrong over here. You got PJ Brown listed at 7'2".
Oh no, he's 6'11".
Yeah, that shit is a lot of that shit wrong, man. I had a list, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
They did good on the current players, but some of the other players they got them going to the wrong colleges.
Yeah, they messed up if they got Antoine Jameson at Villanova, cause he was a tough. His draft was almost like Jordan and Perkins, Stackhouse and Rasheed, cause he got picked. Was he before? He got picked right before Vince Carter,
Yeah.
and then they
I'ma
got
say
traded
this,
for
too.
each other, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say this too. That Vince Carter was better than Vince Carter was in college, but Vince Carter was better than him in the pros.
Oh, no question. Yeah, Vince
And,
Carter.
Rasheed Wallace
Vince
was
Carter's
better than
rookie
Stackhouse in the
year.
pros.
Vince Carter rookie year was better than any year he had in college. Yeah, I'm saying he came in the NBA and exploded.
Yeah, but and Rasheed Wallace had a better career than Stackhouse. They came out together.
In the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
he
me,
did.
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Cause you remember that old ass Joe Dumars starting over Stack.
Yup. Stack would come off the bench, and when Joe Dumars retired, Stackhouse went crazy that year. He won the scoring title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Stack could score though, man. He was a dog on offense. He was a tough guy.
He could play defense though. That's why he was bounced from team to team.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like 2 weeks ago, he was on a podcast. What's that guy? The NBA insider, Adrian Wojciechowski or whatever. And that was my very first time listening to his podcast, and it was Stackhouse, and it was a great fucking interview, man. Stackhouse, wow, man. Stackhouse was talking about the Kobe Bryant stuff. He talking about, come on, man. I was a grown man. You think a 17-year-old high school kid is just going to be just completely dogging me time after time? Come on, man. Stop it.
Man, Eddie Jones said he was at that game. He said Stackhouse did get crushed in that.
Yeah.
game.
Well, Stackhouse said, did he win some games? Sure, he won some games. But did he win more games than I did? No. He made that like adamant, like stop all the rumors. Kobe wasn't dogging me like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. A lot of NBA players said he did because whatchamacallit said he was at Temple. He said
Eddie
Eddie
Jones?
Jones said he was at that practice or that pickup game shit because he was playing in there. He said he was killing Stackhouse.
Yeah.
He admitted he like Kobe killed me too. He said he knew they was gonna get rid of him when they got Kobe.
True. Well, Eddie Jones was kind of choking, man. I remember, man. I was a big Eddie Jones fan. When they played the Jazz, he was kind of choking, and he had changed his number from 25 to number 6. And then, like you told me, like Van Exel was gunning, man. He was trying to be the number one shooter on offense with Shaq.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I knew they was gonna get rid of him because you can't use. Dick Van Exel used to have 30-something points with Shaq in the lineup.
Yeah. Hey, man, you know, I'm a Laker hater, man, but I ain't gonna lie. When Van Exel came on the scene, I was a fan, man.
Yeah, but you can't shoot that many times when you got Shaq in the lineup.
Nah. He
That
probably,
man would take more shots than Shaq.
you know, when you're on a team that's stacked like that, you gotta put all that individual stuff, to put that out the window, man. You gotta sacrifice your game like Ron Harper. Just do what you gotta do and win rings.
You know why he didn't do that? Because he was there. He was there
Before
he came
Shaq.
there. He was there before Shaq got
Yeah,
there.
he took them to the playoffs with Eddie
Yeah,
Jones and Vlade Divac and Sabalos.
Yeah, he ain't want to be number 2.
He hit a game-winning running three on the Spurs in the playoffs. Remember that in '95?
Yeah.
That's the shot that put him on the map because he was clutch. Van Exel was always wanted to rock for game winners.
I kind of wanted to keep him, but he ain't want to pass the ball.
Yeah, well, he gotta go
Yeah.
because you know Van Exel should have just sacrificed his game and win rings because he ain't got a championship.
Yeah, because he's better than Derek Fisher.
Yeah, he is. But Derek Fisher's a way better defender.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's a pit bull.
Strong too.
Strong as shit, man. I don't like playing against those type of guys.
Like, got that body. He remind me of the other guard from Detroit. They were short, but they had that big. They could guard 2 guards. Like Derek Fisher. What's that dude that played with Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups? They could guard big.
Yeah,
guards.
Chauncey was stocky, and he was a strong guy.
Yeah.
Hey, Chauncey Billups, we drafted him, man, number 4.
Man, y'all should have kept Chauncey. Y'all ain't want to give him. Y'all ain't want to
Hey,
wait.
we ain't
till
had no
he developed.
patience, man. I don't know why we got rid of him, man. I was like, damn.
Y'all didn't want to wait. Y'all didn't give the man a chance to develop.
Yeah, and it took him a while to develop, man. It took him almost 5 years, maybe
Then
6.
you had that guard that came
Because
out
remember, he
of,
went to
I
Toronto.
thought y'all were gonna do something when y'all had Ron Mercer. Y'all had Ron Mercer.
Yeah, we drafted them both. Chauncey Billups number 4, Ron Mercer number 5. That was in the draft when Tim Duncan was the lottery pick, and I wanted number 1, and we win the lottery, but we ain't get number 1.
And y'all had Antoine Walker. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, man. What's his name? Patino was trying to bring back the old Kentucky team, and we had Walter McCarty.
And you had Paul Pierce came there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought when y'all had all deal, I thought y'all was gonna do something.
With who?
Paul Pierce. Was Ron Mercer still there when Pierce came?
I think so. I think so, yeah. But Ron Mercer just wasn't that dude in the NBA. In college, he was good on Kentucky. He won a
You
championship.
know who was better than him when the NBA though? Derek Anderson to me.
Yeah. Derek Anderson had some good years, like on the Spurs and Portland. But he was injury prone.
Yeah, that Shannon Sharp dude, man, he's a stand, yo.
Wow, man, he's the worst.
You talking about that Spurs team with Jordan won 4 championships because Vinny Del Negro and them whack dudes, they won't be able to check nobody.
Nope.
Yeah, old ass Mario Ellie.
Yeah. Nah, Mario Ellie was past it as far as being a good defender.
What's that little short point guard that tall funny there?
Avery Johnson, the general.
Man, Ron Harper would have been posting him up.
5-0. 5-0. That's how he talk. That's how he called David Robinson. 5-0. Yeah, man.
They talking about they would have beat them, man. They could, with all them, they couldn't beat the damn Jazz.
Yeah. Yup, and they got to the finals. Hey, man, I thought Portland would have gone. Remember in that Western Conference Finals, that man, what's his name? Sean Elliott hit that tiptoe three-pointer in the corner. They call it the Miracle and Memorial Day. Remember that, Jay?
Yeah, I remember that.
All in Rasheed Wallace's face. Rasheed Wallace stepped out there and put a hand up, and that man canned it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, I was really going for Blazers, man.
Word.
Yep. Yeah, man. I was listening to another good podcast. Now, also on that podcast with Stackhouse, he was talking about playing with Jordan in Washington, and he said he didn't like it because he felt at that stage of his career he was better than Jordan. You know what I mean? And the
Nah.
coach was more running plays for Jordan, um, and because he said like because it was Doug Collins when Jordan was on the Wizards, and he said
And Jordan was still there.
he would say Doug Collins was basically trying to make up for if how things went bad in Chicago. He was trying to make it up by running all the plays for Jordan. You know what I mean?
And Jordan was still giving that damn Jordan Cross Vince Carter.
Yeah, man. Jordan averaged 22 per game in his first year on the Wizards, and he dropped like 50 on the Hornets. He was out there frying, and he played 82 games this first year with the Wizards. The second year he had knee tendonitis. So he was injured. When he came back, he was coming off the bench, still averaging 20 points per game.
Yeah, man. That team, man. That damn Bulls team, they was hell. They had Tony Kukoc coming up,
Yep.
get you 17, 18 points a game.
Kukoc was different, man. Kukoc was 6'11", and he can handle the rock and bring it up like a point guard.
He was a point guard overseas though.
Yeah, at 6'11".
We used to call him the waiter.
Yeah. But he ain't have no lick of defense. Can't play defense for
He
nothing.
was scared of Anthony Mason.
Yeah, but Kukoc, I like Kukoc's skill set, man. Left-handed, could shoot the three, also on the pull-up, and the man got the outside jump shot, and he could post up little guys.
I remember when they put when Dennis Rodman went to the bench and brought him in.
Yeah,
He was
Kukoc.
he was giving old boy that work, man. He was giving Carmelo that work. Carmelo was too slow.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, man, Carmelo is too slow. They can't even check. They used to give people matchup problems, man, because they got a lot of people that can handle the ball.
Yeah. Everybody in the starting lineup except Rodman and Longley.
Yeah.
Harper.
Rodman was really a small forward that could play power forward and center.
Yep. He was really a small forward.
Yeah, so they had a real fast, athletic lineup in the line. They won with small ball, basically. The only big person was Luke Longley.
Yeah, Luke Longley was 7'2". He was size. And he had the mid-range.
And Bill Winnington had a nasty mid-range, too.
Yeah. Money.
Like, that team was hell.
I remember when Tony Kukoc was a starter when he first came, I think maybe his second year in the NBA. That year, 93, 94, when Michael Jordan had retired. And
I thought Horace Grant was still the starter.
yeah, he was. And Tony Kukoc was there. And that year in the playoffs against the Knicks, Phil Jackson drew the last play for Tony Kukoc to hit the game winner. Scottie Pippen was mad. And he said, fuck that, I'm not going back in the game. He ain't go in. And Tony Kukoc hit that jump shot, dogs. And canned that jump. I couldn't believe it.
Pippen was one of the best players in the NBA that year, too.
Hell yeah. He was an All-Star Game MVP. He was probably the second best player in the NBA that year behind
Olajuwon.
Yeah, Olajuwon, yep. He was balling in the All-Star game with them red sneakers, them red Nike Maestros.
I ain't like when he cut his hair bald, though. He had all them lumps in his
Yeah,
hair.
yeah, he did. He had the sausages in his hair. Yep. But then the next year, things weren't going too good. I remember 94, 95 when Mike came back. The Bulls were at 500 by March.
Yeah.
They were at 500. You know, there was a 50-50 team. And Scottie Pippen, I remember one game versus Spurs. That man threw what you call it? He threw a chair on the
Yeah.
court. He was frustrated. And then Mike came back. They got on a little roll. They went to the playoffs. I remember.
Yeah,
Hey,
that
George,
was a good.
what's that?
That was a good year that day when they came back, but they got beat by the who beat them?
The Magic
Yeah,
in 6. Yeah, I didn't like that. I ain't gonna lie.
Jordan said Jordan came back and went when you went to film Space Jam, brought Penny Hardaway and Grant Hill for the summer, worked out with them.
Okay. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Then he came back a monster.
yeah, working out with them bosses.
And he came back strong with the upper body strength.
Penny Hardaway said he regret going there because they beat him. And he said they revenge they win. He said he shouldn't have helped.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yep. But that year, Mike, man, I remember when Mike came back with the 45. In his second, maybe third game back, he hit a game winner at 0-0 on the clock against the Hawks with Steve
Yeah,
Smith
right.
checking
Steve
in.
Smith face.
Yeah, all in Steve Smith's face. And the crowd in Atlanta went crazy. You would have swore that game was in Chicago. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just glad I was able to watch Michael Jordan. We grew up at the right time.
Yeah, I'm glad we got to see Mike, man. I can't lie, man. It's a beautiful thing, man.
And all
Cause
these comparisons need to stop, though.
yep, they're gonna stop. They're gonna stop. I see Trey Young. Trey Young said he wrote on Twitter that he always thought LeBron was the GOAT, but after watching 2 episodes, he's changed his mind.
Yeah, because my man was out the whole year and came back like towards the end of the year. They made the playoffs. They weren't supposed to make the playoffs.
When he came with the 45?
No, when he broke his foot, like his first.
Oh yeah,
second year.
yeah. I know. That was amazing.
And they didn't want the front office didn't want them to play because they wanted to get a high draft. They tried to make them tank.
Yeah, try to get a lotto pick.
So they only told the dude, you play him 14 minutes. You play him over 14 minutes, we're gonna fire you.
Yep.
So that shit didn't work because for his 14 minutes, he still get 20-some points. And they
Yeah.
made the playoffs.
Mike said for them 7 minutes he got time, he'd go crazy. He ain't passing the rock. Give me the ball, get the fuck out of my way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Them fellas Jordan, man, he was crazy with we've never seen a player like him. Even Kobe Bryant, he only thing to me he duplicated was the fadeaway. You know, when Kobe came back from them court hearings in what you call it in Colorado, and he came back with the tattoos. Remember, he came back with the tattoos and was looking all cut. He had that upper body strength. That's when he got his fadeaway percolating like Mike. But besides that, the hang time, Kobe's hang time ain't like Mike's. You know what I mean? There's nobody I've ever seen whose aerodynamic assault is like Michael Jordan. I ain't never seen a player in NBA history, past, present, and future, who's the best rim attacker. From the 3-point line, he can make a move or even mid-range, and he's going to flush that rock on somebody's face.
Kobe wasn't no damn jumper like Jordan.
Now, Kobe got some facials. You know, he'll take a man from the 3-point line. But I'm just talking about how Mike do it and look in the air. Like, there's no carbon copy. The hang time.
Jordan is Jordan had a higher vertical lead than Kobe too.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
I think Kobe was like 38 inches. Jordan was like 46.
Man, Jordan had a high uh, leaping ability even when they played the Jazz in the Bulls versus Jazz. I remember one layup when he went up. You know, Jordan is famous for the reverse. That was always one of my moves growing up. I learned that from Mike. Go up from one side and reverse it. Man, he did that on Ostertag on the Jazz. Ostertag grabbed and fouled the shit out of Mike. Like tried to hold his arms down, which is what you're supposed to do. Don't let a man get the and one. And Mike still got in the air and still had more hang time and still flipped that joint reverse off the glass and won. I couldn't believe it.
That's what Bill Lambic used to do to Jordan.
Yeah. Try to make him not get the ball off. Like you foul him before he even can get the ball even above his shoulders. Yep. Lambier said that LeBron James is the greatest. He said that last week on ESPN First
He
Take.
said based off of size though.
Huh?
He said that based off of size. He said because he's bigger than Jordan.
Yeah. To me, it sounded like he mad. LeBron James never got to play Mike because the year Mike retired was LeBron James' rookie year. He just got drafted.
He was talking shit. So he was talking shit. Said I be Bird Magic. You heard me?
He said what?
A lot of people can't say that. Lambier said he beat Bird Magic and Jordan.
Yeah. In 1 year. Yep. Uh-oh. Gary Payton. I'm watching this old Sonics versus Nuggets. Man, Gary Payton is my favorite point guard of all time. I like Magic Johnson. Those are my top two. But for a guy whom I watched his whole career was Gary Payton. Huh?
I got Isaiah behind Magic.
Yeah, Isaiah is probably my third. But then also guys like Iverson kind of, I watched his career longer than Isaiah. But those are my favorite guards, you know what I mean? Those four. As far as little guys. Hey, you sound kind of low. I can't hear you. Huh?
You hear me now?
Yeah, not.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You sound good now. Yep.
I said Isaiah Thomas used to get a big guards at work.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas handles was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Cause he get low. When Isaiah dribble, he's low.
They asked him who remind him of him right now. He said Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Yep. And Kyrie's a better long range shooter than Isaiah. But Isaiah is a better player to me. Isaiah Thomas is Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, smarter too.
Yeah.
Play better defense too.
Play better defense and around the basket. As Kyrie Irving got the vicious layups. You know, he got crazy. His layup game is vicious. But Isaiah Thomas got the floaters. He can get the step on you and just pop and shoot it off the glass. Isaiah had a more in between game. But I give Kyrie Irving the edge that he can finish around the basket more. But then again, Isaiah is a better passer.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving is not really a ball distributor. I'm trying to tell you, when KD come back, there's going to be conflict over there in Brooklyn between them two. Kyrie Irving going to think he better than KD and think KD's not who he used to be because of the injury.
Yeah. Well, I think that sit out gonna help KD.
Huh?
He didn't play the whole season.
Yeah. We'll see how he look when he come back. We'll see what he about. Cause I seen KD play on the Warriors the last 3 years. It wasn't really a team where he had to really carry a team. He ain't have to. He played
Yeah,
with.
help.
He had a lot of help.
That's all I
He had so much help to the point where he's getting open shots. You know what I mean? He's getting open looks. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey man, I tried to debate somebody, man. He was
About
talking
what?
about Larry Bird.
What they say?
He was saying Larry Bird's overrated. And
How?
he said, this is what he said that I told him, yo, let's go on YouTube, debate live. He said Larry Bird is like Trevor Ariza, but the only difference is he got the green light.
What? That dude don't know what he talking about.
And this ain't no youngin', son. This is a dude my age. You know what I mean?
Trevor Ariza.
That's what the man said. I said, yo, he ain't tell he was telling me on the text message. We was talking in a group chat. I said
First of all,
I said, yo, let's go on YouTube, man, because I'm not texting you no more. We not gonna do this. We gonna have to talk about this shit live. I ain't never heard nobody say no shit like that.
the guy that couldn't jump that hard, he could play defense too. Larry Bird
Yeah.
can play defense.
Yeah, he's a great help defender.
Not only that, he can rebound better than Trevor Ariza, way better.
And Larry Bird used to average like 12 rebounds in some seasons.
Yeah, he can do everything better than Trevor Ariza. Every category.
Yeah, but why Trevor Ariza? This guy never even been an all-star.
He tried to shit. They tried to take a piss. That's what he tried to do.
No, I think he was dead serious. Like he believed that shit, man. And I said, yo, we're not texting no more. We either go talk about this shit live. Let's do it. And this was when Corona started. I said, I know you ain't got nothing to do. We indoors.
I'm like, man, I don't expect dudes that make up stuff like that.
Yeah, man. I can't talk no sports with people who say nut ass shit like that, dogs.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. This guy's a Kobe fanatic. You know? He's a Lakers fan and he's a Kobe fanatic.
But I'm a Lakers fan. I would never say no shit like that.
Yeah. That's the thing, with me, I don't like the Lakers, but I know who they are. I know what they've done in history. And
Yeah.
I respect them, you know what I mean? As a team, as a franchise. How could you not, man? Magic Johnson, one of my favorite players of all time. You know what I mean? I wasn't a Kobe Bryant fan because I had a guy on my team I looked up to. I like Paul Pierce. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Paul Pierce better than Kobe, though. No, I can't do that. But I prefer Paul Pierce for me personally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think Paul Pierce could play with Kobe on any given night. I think Paul Pierce is just as clutch as Kobe Bryant. He's hit as many, if not more, game winners. But Kobe just was different. You know what I mean? Kobe was the best of his era at the time. He's a guy who got 5 rings. He was really trying to be better than Mike.
Yeah. Closest thing to Mike if you want to compare somebody from this era.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So them fellas, he ain't never hit me up for debate, and I never asked him about it because I ain't seen him in real
He
life.
was going to kill him. He didn't want to go over there and get embarrassed.
Yeah, but when I see him in real life, I'm gonna bring it up. Like, what happened? We've been indoors. We've been quarantined, dogs. We got time.
Yeah, I need you to ask him what he meant by that because I gotta hear his explanation.
Yeah, I was like, there's no more texting, no more. We're not gonna go back and forth, man. You said Larry Bird's overrated. I was like, how? And you try to say he's like Trevor Ariza at best with the green light?
That's my first damn shit when you told me about that. I said, how?
I know. And he tried to say he respect Kevin McHale like more than Bird, and trying to kind of say like McHale was the best player on that team.
was.
No, he wasn't. No.
He was good though. Kevin McHale was very good. He could
Yeah.
be good on any team, but he wasn't better than Larry Bird.
Not at all.
Stop it.
Kevin McHale used to come off the bench for at least his first 3 years. You know what I mean? If he was better than Bird, he'd be a starter immediately. Yeah, some
Yeah.
people you can't talk sports with them. You know what I mean? They just be on some. They just and this ain't no youngins. That's the thing. This is my
A lot of
man's.
Yeah, man. They ain't better. No.
People don't know shit about ball. He only know about Kobe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he kind of be trying to take shots at Jordan all these years. He tried to say, "I've seen Jordan shoot an air ball before. So what, man?" Huh?
You can't take shots at Jordan like Larry Bird, though. I mean, you can't take shots at Jordan like Kobe.
Yeah, that's stupid, man.
Yeah, what? But that's
Yep. I went on LeBron James' Twitter yesterday to go look if he tweeted anything about the Last Dance. He ain't say nothing about it. As a matter of fact, he tweeted something about a show that he's co-producing or whatever. You know, he's into co-producing TV shows on the
yeah.
side.
He did that show or stars about that basketball player.
Yeah, I never watched it, but
It
I
was
know what you're
funny.
talking about. Was it good?
Yeah, it was funny because Mike Epps was the dude on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, LeBron James was in a couple of episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, LeBron James got many shows on TV.
That's why he moved to the Lakers so he could be close to Hollywood.
Yeah. So he just retweeted like a scene from a TV show he got that he's co-producing. He on that night when Michael Jordan Last Dance was on TV. he ain't try to say nothing about it.
Yeah.
Well, LeBron, you try to be like Mike, you wear his number. Look, man, LeBron James lived up to the hype. That's one thing I will never try and say he didn't do. He lived up to the hype, and to me, he exceeded it. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't like Kobe. Kobe was pick number 13. You know, Kevin Garnett was number 5. Kwame
Yeah.
Brown was number 1, and he flopped like a motherfucker. But LeBron was number 1, and they call him the chosen one. And
Yeah.
LeBron James lived up to the hype. You know what I mean? He's the great player for his era, but he ain't on no Michael Jordan level, man.
Yeah. Because Kobe, man.
Kobe to me is better than LeBron.
Man, Kobe did his thing though.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way his last days on Earth was though.
Like what? On the Lakers?
They're playing that helicopter
Oh,
shit, man, fucked me up.
Yeah, me too, man. I almost cried when I first heard about it. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, I had to check the news. Somebody texted me that shit. I had to check the news. I thought he was joking.
Yeah, my sister texted me that day. And I said, huh? And then I went on Google and I seen little news articles. And I was like, oh no.
Yeah, man. I was hurt because I'm a Lakers fan. I was hurt, boy.
I'm sure, man. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I'm a basketball fan. Like, as far as, because, I play ball, you know what I mean? So I know what it takes as far as what these guys do. I appreciate it, even if I'm not a fan. And I was hurt, man. It was
Man,
real sad.
you see, you see Marcus not to change the subject. You see Marcus Madonna got a 6-pack, bro.
No, I ain't seen nothing about my Don. I ain't looking nothing, none of his. Sometimes I see the articles. I don't really click on his joint.
Nah, he got him on early setback shit. He got a
On the
6-pack.
video on the YouTube joint.
Yeah, he punching the heavy bag in the house.
Okay.
Yeah, but back to this basketball shit, man. You can't like shit on Larry Bird like this. Compare that man to Trevor Reese.
Man, if God asked me to be like have two qualities of any player, and these are players I model my game after, it's Larry Bird and Michael Jordan. I can't do none of the stuff they do. It's like far as Jordan high flying, but I always tried to be like everybody did. I like Mike and Larry Bird's killer instinct. You know what I mean? I like the clutchness. To me, that's my favorite thing in basketball. What you gonna do with that rock when everybody knows you're gonna get the rock in this pressure? Cause I've hit game winners. I know what it takes, and I know, you know, it's a good feeling. You know what I mean? And Larry Bird, man, and Jordan, to me, those are the greatest clutch players I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah. And Reggie Miller, I could put him up in that player.
Yeah, yeah. I was talking with somebody, and I was asking them who's better, Ray Allen or Reggie Miller, and we both agreed overall Ray Allen's a better player, better handles, can get to, of course, a higher flyer than what's his name, Reggie Miller can shoot the three like Reggie Miller, but Reggie Miller, man, crunch time, man, in the playoffs, I've seen him do some crazy things. You know what I mean? And I think that's the edge he has on Ray. Even though Ray Allen has hit one of the biggest shots in NBA Finals history, Game 6 for Miami Heat, that corner three that saved LeBron's ass.
Yeah.
Yo, that was a big time shot. But Reggie Miller got plenty of joints too. Yeah, Reggie. I think Reggie Miller's more clutch,
Yeah, I think so too.
but he's not a better overall player skill set than
Nah.
than Ray Allen. Ray Allen
Nah.
was smooth. Reggie Miller ain't you really used to put the ball on the floor. If you really watch this game, if he did, it's one step, maybe a pump fake. He pump fakes you on the three, one step
No,
in, and then he'll shoot the mid
don't
range.
remind me of Reggie Miller, but he ain't got the jump shot of Richard Hamilton.
Yeah, yeah. Rip was like Reggie. Yep.
Yeah.
His game was more on the mid range, coming off the
Yeah,
curls.
yeah. He'll do the
He
same thing Reggie did mid-range.
yeah, he could hit the three too, you know,
Yeah,
but he ain't
yeah,
he ain't a Reggie Miller type, but he could hit the three. You leave Rip
yeah,
wide open, he'll can that joint. But the 3-point shooter on that team was Chauncey Billups. He was big time.
yeah. Chauncey Billups can post your ass up too because he had a
Yeah,
wide body.
yeah, he could. He was strong. Yeah, man.
I used to like that team also because they had Tayshaun Prince was one of the best defensive players that season too.
Yep. He's the reason they ain't draft Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, because they put him on Kobe. He used to he used to make Kobe miss last shots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Them long ass arms. He was like they listed him at 6'9", but I think that he was close to 6'10".
Yeah, with like a 7'6" wingspan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tayshaun, there was a reason they ain't draft him. They drafted that other dude.
Dirko Milicic.
But then that's when it comes down to I think you gotta draft the best player available.
Yeah.
Like if Portland, because apparently Clyde Drexler was telling management to draft Michael Jordan rather than Sam Bowie
Yeah.
because
They could move.
Drexler at the small forward because he's 6'7", just like Scottie
They could
Pippen.
have moved on because they did it later on in his career anyway. They could move on. They could have moved Clyde to small forward.
Yeah, because he was 6'7", just like Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
And and
Yeah.
overall, Clyde Drexler is a better player than Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
It's just
He
the
can't handle
truth.
it. To me, I always thought he should have been a small forward because he can't handle the ball.
Yeah, hey, his handling the ball was maybe getting the rebound and put his head down and just go coast to coast. Get the fuck
Yeah.
out his way. And he go dunk that joint. But can't nobody was gonna stand in front of him. He just put his head down and he's going to the rim. That was Clyde Drexler. Yeah, Clyde Drexler was better than Scottie Pippen as an NBA player. He don't got as many rings, but Clyde Drexler was a beast. On Portland,
Yeah.
oh, that man was one of my favorite players. We live here on the
Yeah.
East Coast. You know them games. You know, just like the Sonics. You know, when I was a kid, I had to go to bed. I couldn't stay up.
Man, that guy, they had a team, man. They had
With Terry Porter,
Terry Porter was nice. They had Clifford Robinson off the bench.
he off the bench.
They had Jerome Kersey.
Yeah, and Kevin Duckworth.
Kevin Dunn was kind of nice back in them days.
Yeah, Kevin Duckworth was an all star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just watching the game right now. Seattle. I just seen Ricky Pierce. Just made a
I
jump
remember when
shot.
they played when they went their first year when they played the Detroit Pistons, they put the Lakers out that year.
Who did?
With them.
Who?
They put the Lakers when Portland.
Oh, Portland.
When Portland played the Pistons that first year, they put Magic in them out.
Yep. Yeah, man, they had a good team. What's the other guy? Buck Williams, the power
Yeah,
forward with
he
the
from down
goggles.
here.
Oh, he is. Was he a Tar
Yeah,
Heel?
he from Rocky Mount.
Okay. Yep, Buck Williams and Kevin Duckworth and them. They had a good team and Rod Strickland. That was a little later on. Yep. I don't know how the Sonics lost to this team. I think Mutombo was at his peak. Those was the best years of him as far as even scoring the basketball. You know what I mean? Was on Denver when Mutombo was always a rebounds and blocks guy. But on Denver, he was more of a focal point on the offense. You know what I mean? Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Man, who you even to look at the team that the Bulls beat that win championship.
Who that?
Look at all the Bulls teams that they beat Magic. They beat Portland with Clyde that year. And then they beat Bartlett.
They
The
beat
first
the
three
Sonics.
championships game. Clyde, Magic, Clyde, and Bartlett.
Yeah.
Then he comes back. Then he comes back and beat Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. Then he beats Carmelo and Stockton last year.
Yep.
Them ain't no sorry teams, bro.
Nah, and the Sonics, man, they should have been to many more finals in their era. They choked twice. The year they lost to the Nuggets, and then the next year they lost to y'all, remember? With Van Exel and them. And I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, what the hell?
Man, Van Exel was killing Gary Payton that game.
Yeah, man. Because I was a big Sonics
fan.
fan.
Trouble with them damn guards that get cross you over.
Yeah. I had a Sean Kemp jersey as a kid. I had a Sprewell. I had more West Coast teams than East Coast, you know what I mean? I had my Celtics joints always as a kid, but I had more West Coast teams because, like I said, I was a kid. I had to go to bed at a certain time. So I'd wake up in the morning and watch Sports Center, and I'd see all these highlights, Golden State, them 10:30 games, Seattle Supersonics, and I really liked Sprewell and Chris Webber and Tim Hardaway and them. They should have kept that team, man. That Warriors team.
Yeah, definitely should have kept that team.
They traded Chris Webber for Tom Gugliotta. The Wizards or the Bullets at the time, that was the best trade they've done since then. You know what I mean?
Tom Gugliotta was nice when he was with Minnesota.
Yeah, he was an all-star. And in Phoenix, he was good.
And he was good when he was was in college too. He played for Wolfpack.
NC State, yeah. Yep. But trading, but the Bullets, they fucked up. They traded Chris Webber, who was in his prime, or probably hadn't even reached his prime. They traded Chris Webber for old fading Mitch Richmond. That was stupid, man. I remember my mans used to work at the YMCA back when, and he said Mitch Richmond used to come in there every so often, and he'd come there to swim. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Hey, what's good?
Yo, what's up, Nelta?
yeah,
Good. We watched
What's
some
going on, man?
yeah. We talk about this damn last dance documentary.
Yep.
What were you talking about?
The Last Dance documentary.
The
Oh
Jordan.
yeah, I haven't even seen it.
You ain't see it yet?
But you know about the Bulls, though, right?
Shit. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you good?
Yeah, man.
We was talking about how underpaid Jordan and Pippen was.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
severely underpaid.
You know, they kind of paved the way for what these guys get nowadays.
Yeah.
So.
Especially
Yeah, we
Jordan.
couldn't find out Jordan is the GOAT, but he wasn't making no damn in the early 90s. He got all his money off endorsements.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. No, I knew that. Because that was with just the very beginning of those guys really getting paid like that, as in terms of their salary, being able to start coming close to matching what the endorsements were.
Yeah.
Man, you got guys like Concac making more than doing something wrong.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit,
Concac was
really?
the
Man, I
highest
didn't know
paid
that.
player in the NBA. That was disgusting.
Yeah. Concac was whack. He couldn't even play
Yeah.
with.
It was terrible, man.
Crazy, man.
Concac and Mookie Blaylock and them.
Yeah, Mookie Blaylock got caught with 10 kilos.
Hey, Neota, I ain't tell you, yo. We live. We live on YouTube still.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we
You
live.
heard
This-
me, Mark said not to. Like, Mookie Blaylock got caught with 10 keys that time.
Oh, shit. I ain't hear nothing about that.
Let me see if I can find that shit, matter of fact. Hold on.
Whoa. I know Mookie Blaylock killed some people in a vehicular homicide. I think he was bent, driving under the influence.
Hold on.
Doing a straight b-ball hangout.
Yeah, this a b-ball joint.
I got you.
We could do boxing too, man. You know
That's
what I'm
okay.
saying?
Hold on.
Ain't nothing going on right now, so.
Yeah, you know how we do. We'll talk some. We just gonna talk some old school shit. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk some old school little guys with you too. You know what I mean?
No doubt, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
funny because I seen some people like on Twitter and stuff. You know, I'd be like posting on there, like complaining about like so many fantasy matchups and shit.
Yeah, like what? Like
And
arguing
somebody-
about them?
Well, like one dude in particular that I follow, he was saying like, man, I'm getting tired of seeing all these bullshit ass fantasy matchups. And then somebody responded to him like, hey, what if Ricardo Mayorga fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in the back alley for an 8-ball?
Mayoga ain't gonna play fair. He probably gonna have a cutlass with him, a machete.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You seen that video of him coaching some dude in a street fight?
A recent joint?
Yeah.
Nah.
This is like a month ago or something.
Last I heard of Mayoga,
These
like,
two guys.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, when he got jumped, right?
Yeah, when he got beat up,
Yeah. They robbed him.
like around
Yeah,
Christmas or
he's
something.
he's back on the streets, man, terrorizing people. Like it was two guys just like throwing, like they were like fighting in the street, but they were like boxing. Like, they were almost like on some Kimbo Slice shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And Ricardo Mayorga kept yelling la derecha, you know, like the right, and shit. Then
Yeah.
knocked the other guy out, and then he hit him again while he was on the ground, like while he was like all slumped over.
Who Mayorga did?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, the guy that he was yelling at, that he was coaching.
Okay.
It was two guys fighting, and he was like yelling instructions at him and stuff.
Damn, man. He better be careful out there, man.
Yeah, he was. That's just crazy though, man. He was like in the fucking the hood of the hood. He was like dirt roads and all that shit.
True.
So, you know what I mean? So yeah, he's still out there.
Oh, it wasn't there. He got caught with 56 grams.
56 grams of some white.
Well, Mookie.
No, 57 grams of some weed.
Oh, that ain't nothing.
Yeah, they ain't nothing. But he had another charge. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, coke one time.
Mookie Blaylock was a damn good point guard, man.
Yeah, defensively,
The
yeah.
defense was strap up, and then they had Stacey Augmon. He was long, and he played defense too.
When Kenny Anderson emerged, when Kenny Anderson emerged with the Nets, they traded him.
Yeah. Yep.
First, Kenny Anderson was coming off the bench.
Yeah, he did. His first year, he was coming off the bench. Kenny Anderson.
He was super nice in college.
Yeah, Georgia Tech.
That dude was averaging 30 points. He didn't play like on point guard in college, though.
Yeah.
Played like Allen Iverson.
Yep.
Gino Madonna. What weight class you think Madonna gonna be in?
If he come back, probably about 54.
Yeah, like that sounds about right. He's looking pretty slim lately.
Yeah, that's what
Got
Chris
some
was saying.
What's that?
He got a six-pack. He's on the Tech back channel right now.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's close to fighting shape, man. Fighting weight.
He needs a tune-up.
You need
Yeah,
many
yeah,
tune-ups.
Let me see what
I'm
else.
sure it won't be hard to find though.
Yep.
He might be fighting Tank or Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, he lost about a tank to get back into shape, man. He got big as hell. Some Ricky Hatton-esque weight.
Man, y'all boys playing the fight night, man. I got the fight night on Xbox One.
You I still got the
Oh, yeah.
old PlayStation 3 joint.
Yeah, but you can't update yours.
Nope.
Yeah, because the way the system works or whatever, they got the backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Xbox.
I don't know why they don't do it for PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
It's because it's too hard. It's the architecture of like the CPU, the computer that makes it work is too different.
Yeah, because I'd have been bought it, man. I'd be playing that shit every day.
Like that's what they've been trying to. That's what they've been trying to do for like the PS5 is like have backwards compatibility for that, but like they haven't even really like disclosed details as to how good it's gonna be or how deep it's gonna go and stuff like that.
He gonna they gonna have a new. I heard that. I seen a little game about fighters they making on it. Some game. It's a boxing game coming out though.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn said EA Sports ain't trying to make a new fight night.
Hearn wanted to do one.
But he
No,
said since they not doing
I seen a
it,
boxing game.
he might as
I
well
seen a
do it
boxing
himself.
game. They got Andy Ruiz. I don't know what game system it's gonna be on. It looks just like Andy Ruiz.
I don't know.
Hold on, I'm gonna send it to y'all. It's on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
man.
forgot the name of the game. They had the name of the game and everything over there. But they still.
Well, back in the day, there was like Don King's Prize Fighter.
Yeah,
Remember that one?
I
It
remember
was
that.
trash.
That shit was
Yeah,
whack.
it was. But they still made it though.
Yeah, man. We need a fight night.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't have any faith in EA not to screw it up though. The way that they do a lot of their sports games nowadays is crazy.
Yeah.
Too much of like the microtransactions. They're trying to like make you pay more to have extra stuff that used to be just unlockable.
They definitely screwed up with NBA Live.
Yeah.
That went down the drain. They tried to come
Yep.
back. Nobody was buying it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Electronic Arts as a company is just they're just a bad company.
Yeah, I don't play
Can't-
Madden. I haven't played a Madden since Madden 2016,
Yeah,
and I wasn't feeling that one. It was.
yeah.
That was like the first Madden in my life. I never even tried to go to the Super Bowl. I just left that shit alone. Yep.
Oh, is this? Hold on. Ralph,
Yeah, man.
this one I saw
Lewis
on
was
y'all.
not-
Check this out. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
let's see.
This game called Round for Round.
Round for round. Oh, I heard about that. What's that guy? That guy named Ingram. He got a YouTube channel, boxing joint. It's like BWTB Sports or something. Ingram used to be on Beach Joint. Last year he would have make videos, and he'd have like about a video game coming out that called Round for Round, and they'd show the
Yeah.
different fighters like Zab Judah, Mickey Ward, I think Shannon Briggs. It was more some older fighters, and
Oh,
not
okay. So I guess this guy's like
and
developing
not
some stuff.
yeah, but not the like the all-time greats. And I don't know if they would have any modern players.
He said one video said it was gonna have a little bit of Monty players,
Who?
a little bit of Monty guys in there.
Oh,
I mean, the tough thing about it though is like to get the licensing for it,
yeah,
for the likenesses. You know,
yep,
that's the tough part about it. Because
That's
that's
the
I mean that's
toughest
just the tough part of making a boxing game to begin with.
yes, indeed,
Just because of the fact that you have to go to each individual. There's no like union.
yeah,
Go to and get all the likenesses.
yep. Well, they've done it before, man. They used to have Roy Jones,
Yeah.
James Toney.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying like just in general. You know,
Yeah, that's the
certain
hardest
guys,
part,
they
I'm
might-
sure. Maybe EA or
they might,
whoever.
like demand extra money and shit. You know?
Yep. I'm sure now, especially now, fellas be wanting more.
I
'Cause
don't
You
like
might go to.
that.
You miit be like, oh, like, hey, Tank Davis, I want you in this game. Be like, I want $5 million.
Yep.
Fuck out here. $5 million.
Man, I don't like the way Zab Judah look though.
Right now,
Yeah,
what in the game?
Oh, I thought you meant in the game.
on the game he looks kind of
Oh,
crazy.
yeah. Yeah, sometimes they just don't get it right. Especially for like some of the older games, like it can be a little bit tougher because you're not working with as much technology or whatever. So it's only so like deep you can get with it for
Hmm.
like certain people's particular features.
Yeah, man. It'd be great if they could make a game with us, everybody, man. Maybe everybody, even Kosh all them old school
Well,
fighters.
ultimately that was a big part of the reason why Champion was dope because of the fact that you could do the creative characters and you
Yeah,
could,
and you can
them.
download them.
So you
Man, I had all those guys.
get almost anybody really. Yeah. The only thing is they had like certain limits, like certain height limits and stuff like that. So like you couldn't make like Nikolai Valuev and shit. 'Cause he was short.
Nikolai Valuev. Yeah, I don't think I never even tried to get him. I'm cool, but I had Chris Eubank Jr. I'm sorry, Chris Eubank Sr. and Nigel Benn and Steve Collins.
Oh yeah.
I'd have everybody.
I got Waldo on mine.
Yeah,
I got Waldo, AJ, I got Andy Ruiz. It look like Andy Ruiz too.
yeah.
I got Cannoli, I got Paul Front.
The last time I was downloading guys, Ruslan Provodnikov was a name in boxing.
I ain't got he ain't even on the new update.
Yeah, when it was around, when they were updating in 2013, that was when I got a PS4. They
I
had
got a new one on mine,
Provodnikov.
Big Marsh.
Huh?
I got a new one on mine.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I'd make a fight between a Nui and Shit, who'd I have? Probably at 115, man. I used to have Johnny Tapia. You know what I mean? I downloaded Johnny Tapia back when.
I got Johnny Tabby. I had a Nui fight Prince Nassim.
Yeah, I had
That's cool.
Nassim, of course. I've had a Prince Nassim. Yeah. What you had him fighting at? At 126 or 122?
Yeah, I had downloaded the 122 version of Prince Nassim.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that's the lowest that it went, right?
Yeah.
Now they had 118. Donaire's
Oh, did
the
they?
lowest
No,
guy.
they got 118 because they got De Niro up there and they
Yeah.
got Nui up there.
They got who?
Gotcha.
I got when I downloaded Nui, he was 118.
Yeah.
All right, so bantamweight is as low
Yep.
as they went.
They got I got Rico up there too.
Yeah, I used to have Rigo. I had Morales and Marquez and Barrera because they didn't have them in the game. You had to upload them.
I got Tank. I got Lomachenko. Tank and Lomachenko. I got everybody. There's somebody from the old to the new guy.
Yeah, man. Them times I was playing Adonis Stevenson versus Kovalev was if not probably the second most wanted fight in boxing behind Pacquiao and Floyd. I had
Yeah.
both them guys, Kovalev and Stevenson. I used to make them fight because I wanted to see the fight.
Oh
They were
yeah,
both
I
on those
like
knockout
this.
streaks around that time.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good G-Man. They on there on round for round.
True.
Yeah, good. Jerry McCallum.
Yeah. Yep, I remember I had the G-Man and the Hawk Jackson, Julian Jackson. Yep. So the only version I still got the old PlayStation, but there's no more uploads. So it's just the regular same guys that come with the game, and
Yeah,
the,
man.
with the locked Joe Louis, Marciano. You can't even use those guys.
Yeah, man, that's the crazy thing about like a lot of games nowadays is the fact that because it'll be like locked behind downloadable content.
Yeah,
If they take down the servers that hosted that content, you can't get it anymore.
you can't get them.
Man, they need to get the fuck out of here. They got John Molina Jr. round for round, but
Yeah, they got players those type of players too. You know, like that's what I was saying. Not like great fighters of back in the day. Some of them, and not the best of the best.
I mean, you'd get guys like that though, because I remember I think it was round 3 that they had like Juan Toscano, but
Oh,
but they ain't got
yeah.
no top fighters. I'm looking at the names over here. They got Butterbean.
Bada
They
bean,
got
yep.
Chop Corley.
Mm-hmm.
They do got Kelly Pemberton.
Yeah, and also don't they got Kevin Kelly?
And round they got Henry Armstrong.
Yeah, that's good. I ain't never
Jeremy
played with
Lin.
Henry Armstrong on the champion joint.
hey, speaking of which, speaking of Kelly Pavlik, him and Triple G, who do you think would have won that?
I got Kelly Pemberton.
Yeah, I got Kelly Pavlik too.
Yeah, I think I'd favor him too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It'd be a great fight though.
Yep.
Yeah, they got James Martezon, whatever his name is. He in the round 4.
Mata Rosen.
Yeah. Willie Monroe Jr.
Yeah, they got those types. Yeah. Cause that guy Ingram was uploading them every time new guy signs on to be in the game.
Ty Barnett.
Who?
Ty Barnett.
Who the fuck is that?
Jazza Dinkins.
Yep, I remember Jazza Dickens. I don't want to play with him. I haven't even seen him fight since I don't know how long.
See, they got a lot of bullshit people. They got the 3 4.
Yes, that's what I was saying. They have those type of guys that I wouldn't even go upload if they were around.
Jamil Herring.
Yeah,
And Harris got a belt at least right now.
yeah, that's cool. I'd use him.
David Gratton.
Who?
David Gratton.
Who the fuck is that?
Fernando Vargas, okay.
Yeah, Fernando Vargas is dope.
Yep, yeah, Fernando in the last one fight for the champion.
Stephen Fulton.
Who?
Stephen Fulton. Hold on. Hold on. Mikey Pablo. Hold on. Round for round boxing is going to be on Xbox One. Butterbean is up there. Chop
Yeah.
Quarter. Christopher Colbert.
Yeah, the future.
Oh,
Oh,
he's
what's his
good.
name? What's his name? Now, ain't it the future?
Yeah.
Chris
Udo
Colbert, he
Moore.
beat Joshua Corrales. That was a good fight.
Yeah, no, he showed out there.
Yeah.
He impressed me.
Francis Bartholomew is up.
Where's he at? I don't even see him in boxing no more.
Lucas Brown. So,
Last time I seen him fight was against Robert Easter in that terrible fight, man.
Yeah.
That shit was awful.
What they got Lucas Brown over here for, man?
Lucas Brown, damn.
I'm not using him. If I use him, he's gonna be a punching bag. I'm gonna beat his ass. I'll use somebody else to beat his ass.
They got Mansoor over there.
Yeah, you see, I'm not interested in using those guys.
Leonard Bud, dude. They gonna sell this shit at the soup kitchen.
They got Leonard Bundu. But I ain't seen him since Spence almost killed that man.
They got Keyshawn Davis.
Who's that?
Oh, he's a young, he's an up and coming.
Okay.
He's a prospect.
They got Left Hook Lacey.
Wow.
They got Marcito Chester.
Yep. Yeah.
Marcelo
He's,
Hester.
yeah.
He
He
lost
fought
to,
the Linares.
Yeah. To Linares, a couple other guys too.
Yeah.
He was like a B minus level.
James
Like,
Leah, John Molina Jr.
Yeah, Jesse J. Leha was in Fight Night Champion.
Andy Camacho Sr. and Jr.
Yep. That's good.
Senior. Yeah, senior's cool.
Mm-hmm. Junior was whack. He's getting all kind. He'd be in all kind of weight classes: welterweight, then super middleweight. Yeah.
It was crazy, man. Junior made fucking Chavez Jr. look like the truth. And shit.
Yeah. He made Derek Lemieux look like the truth.
Yes, Ron Mercer. Ray Mercer over here too.
Ray
Buster
Mercer's
Douglas
cool.
is too.
Yep. Yeah, they had those type of names. I guess.
Sam Judah,
Yeah.
Andy Ruiz. That's so far.
Yeah,
Austin Trout up there too.
they gotta do better.
Not bad.
What about guys like Amir Khan? Amir Khan, you think still with Al Heyman? You think he's still
They
man?
said they got it. It's gonna be on Xbox One and PS4.
Yeah. Amir Khan, you think still signed to Al Heyman?
I don't know.
And Austin Trout?
Yeah. I think Austin Trout is.
Austin Trout got mad opportunities for world titles.
Yeah. And Veins did too. Mark Vaughn.
Yeah.
He was with Don King.
Then he went to Don
Part of
King
that.
like a dummy.
Yeah.
Went to Don King like a dumbass. I'm talking about when he was with Al Heyman. He got a lot of title shots.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he was with King the whole time though.
No, he was with Al Heyman.
He went to King afterwards,
I got you.
and then tried to come back because he said King would get no fights.
That's what happens, man. Like, Don King's got no fighters. So
Yeah.
ultimately he's got to make deals with all these other
Don King got one champion right now that I know of.
Makabu.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. He's the only fighter that I think he has You know, but you gotta know how to figure the fighters aside.
That's the only man on his roster. Yeah. We'll see if Makabu
I
fight.
went to Don King Promotions the other day. All it is a news feed for like Donald Trump.
Yeah, I did too. Within the last month, I tried to go to DonKing.com and I seen a whole lot of Donald Trump shit on there.
You know, because normally, you know, you go to like, yeah, I could go to like the Bell Entertainment and it'll have a list of all their fans.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the reason I was trying to go on Don King Promotions. See who he promotes.
Yeah. Nobody, man. Donald Trump.
Yeah, he promotes
President.
Donald Trump. Yeah, man. Don King, man. I don't know anybody he has right now, man. Damn. Don King fell off, but Bob Arum's still out here flourishing, dogs.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Don King, man, had some good shows.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming it was probably a lot of it just had to do with from the outside looking in, like Bob Arum built up Top Rank to be like a company that can sustain itself without himself.
Without him.
You know? Yeah. Whereas King, I think, was like always so involved in everything.
Yeah.
That, like he never passed any of that on to, or like handed off any of those duties off to other people.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, Bob Arum could be gone tomorrow, and Top Rank machine will still run.
Yeah. Because Amir Imam was one of the last guys with Don King, and when he fought Jose Ramirez, he was with Don King. Then after that, he was gone, and he's talking about Don King owed him all kind of money. I listened to a video with Stacy McKinley talking about Amir Imam.
Yeah, I've seen those videos. I actually haven't listened to them yet, though.
Yeah.
But I've seen them.
I like Stacy McKinley. I watch him anytime he talk. He an old school hat. He's one of the last of a dying breed of these old school kind of trainers.
That's right.
Yeah.
Background with Tyson.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what was funny when on the press conference with Mayorga and De La Hoya.
Yeah, that was funny.
He was shitting on. He was dissing. He started dissing Floyd Senior. That shit was funny as hell.
Mayorga, man, he got Oscar De La Hoya angry.
Yeah. Really.
Cause he said something about his wife. Like he said,
Mike Tyson was
he
dissing
said like he
Oscar
gonna
De La
screw
Hoya
his wife or something, huh?
Mike Tyson went on some website after that win back when that fight happened was dissing De La Hoya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He said you went and fought a dude you knew was obsolete and put him on pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. Yeah, De La Hoya had been out of boxing. He had been out of boxing for like a year when he came back to fight Mayorga.
Yeah. He had been doing that.
Yep. And he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he did. Mayorga, when he was on his shit though, was bad.
Watch this fight tonight. I'm watching Strada versus Valerio.
Man, Mayorga had fucking Vernon Forrest scared, man. You see how Vernon Forrest looked when he got put down on the ropes in that round 3? He looked at dude like, who are you? What'd you hit me with? And he fought a cautious fight.
Yeah.
Even in the second fight. Who you thought won that? The second fight?
I thought Vernon Forrest won the second fight.
I always thought Mayorga won the second.
Yeah, I thought Mayorga won it too. Vernon Forrest could have fought. He didn't fight how he fought Shane Mosley. That's just what happened. I think that dude was just so awkward. He's just an ambush, awkward fighter. He ain't know what he's gonna hit him with.
Yeah.
And Mayorga got
getting knocked down in the first fight too. I think he was like extra cautious.
Yeah.
So he was more gun shy.
real talk. He was never the same after. He never was.
I mean, he was mounting a nice little comeback before he died.
What? He had been out of boxing for a while. He was supposed to fight Sergio Martinez. He was ducking Martinez. I remember Lou DiBella used to be like, that fight got postponed like twice.
Honestly, I think Martinez would have been a bad style matchup for him though too.
Yeah, I picked.
But I think most of those other guys he would have beat. Like he would have beat Roman Karmazin.
Yeah, maybe he lost. He lost. What's his name? Latin Snake.
Mora.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Then he,
mentioned
he
though.
blew him out in the rematch though.
Yeah.
With his ass in rematch.
Yeah.
Gave it to him in the rematch.
Yep.
That was kind of an underrated win, looking back too.
Yeah.
I thought Vernon Forrest lost to Ike Cortez.
Yep. Me too.
Yeah, he should have lost
Yeah.
that fight.
It was a 10 rounder. I thought he lost that fight. Yep.
I
What
remember
was that-
throughout that whole fight too.
What was that fight with Juan Manuel Lopez? He got knocked out. They did an interview talking about the referee was gambling and shit. What was that?
That's a
the
Salido.
Salido fight. I think it was the second one actually. The second.
That shit was funny as hell.
Yeah. The first one was in Puerto Rico. He Salido was the underdog. He wasn't supposed to beat him like that.
We was gonna knock because my cousin from Puerto Rico told me, man, damn, what we call around here weighing 150.
150 and he gotta get down to 126.
He looked like because he was bald headed at the time, talking about down here looking like a Buddha monk.
Mm. Yeah, Wanma was on the pound for pound list those times, man. 2 different weight champion.
Well, yeah, man, he was running through a lot of.
He was
guys,
knocking
man.
out
He
people.
destroyed Ponce de Leon.
Yeah.
They were trying to call him. They were trying to compare him to Tito when
He had a high knockout percentage before the losses.
Yep.
He was undefeated like 30-0 with like 29, 28 KOs. Yep. I used to like Juan Lopez. I ain't gonna lie, man. That's my
What
guy.
was that guy from Panama that was calling him out during that time?
Caballero.
Caballero,
Celestino
Celestino.
He was real tall.
Yeah, he was a unified champ at 122.
Yeah, he was good. He was good
Yeah.
too because he beat Ponce de Leon also. He was actually giving his first loss and then he
He got lost to that white guy that Broner knocked out.
Yeah,
Jason
Litzau.
Litzau. Yeah. He had beat a Canadian for one of them straps.
Yeah, Steve Molitor.
Yeah.
It was unification.
Yep.
I ain't
That
gonna
was
lie.
at the same time that
damn.
Vasquez and Marquez were fighting each other.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna lie, because one fight he was fighting like Jimmy Walker on Saturday night.
Yeah, that was against Litzau, man. That was just a bad style matchup for him.
Yeah, he was never the same after that.
Well, and he was getting on in age anyway around
Yeah.
that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, because then he lost to Robertson Castellanos, I want to say maybe a year later.
Yeah.
that.
And wasn't he selling some cocaine?
Yeah,
He got like 5 years or something.
Yeah, I think Roberto Duran actually got his sentence commuted or some shit though.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He helped him. Yeah, he helped him for real. Because he was up for some years, man.
Yeah. I was surprised he came home early.
Yeah,
The Panamanian boxers, they stick together
Yeah.
from day one. Like they look out for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a rich history in Panamanian boxing.
Definitely.
Even my guy,
Panama Al Brown and them guys.
yeah, from Panama Al Brown. I think he the first Hispanic to have a world title. Yeah, them fellas, what you call it? What's that tall dude at cruiserweight, man? Started at welterweight. Guillermo Jones, he Panamanian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, all his losses are controversial except for one. Yeah, I mean, and I thought he won all them fights that he ain't get the decision.
Yeah. No, he was really good, man.
Yeah, he was.
Just wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, at least he was a cruiserweight champion.
Positive for some after one of those fights, didn't he?
Well, they when he beat the shit out of Dennis Lebedev, man, he mutated the man's face. They said that after the fight, they said he tested positive for steroids. But then there was an investigation done, and it was shown that these people in Russia they be tampering with people's samples. You know what I mean? And that's what happened with his case. But they ain't reinstate him. They just ordered a rematch. That's what they did. They ordered a rematch, and it never happened. And he said, "Fuck that shit." He was, he used to take long hiatuses too, out of boxing.
Yeah.
That's how the fuck he got so big.
Right.
So he took another hiatus, and his career's over with now.
Maybe he was in the business with Caballero, man.
Yeah, probably. Panama Canal. Yep. I was gonna do a video probably this week. I was gonna do an old school joint fights we didn't get to see. Hilario Zapata versus Yoko Gushi Ken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good fight. I know you'd probably be interested in that one at 108.
That's a good one.
Who you think wins that one?
Yes.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching film on both of them. I was watching some fights to compare.
I think Gushikin might have some trouble getting inside though, because he was used to being the guy that would kind of stick and move.
Yeah.
So he would have to do so. He would have to come forward a bit more than he's used to.
And dude's long. Dude is
might favor Zapata.
Zapata was long, and he had that wide
That probably
stance.
favors Zapata a bit, but I mean, Gushikin might be able to cut the distance later on.
Yeah, I think his offense, Gushi Ken's offense, I think he can get in and out. You know what I mean? I think his offense better than Zapata for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he might actually take it on conditioning. I think Zapata would be winning early.
Yeah,
I think Gushikin might kind of bring it home late against him.
yeah, that's what I
It's a
see.
good fight though.
That'd be a great fight. That should have happened for Undisputed. I seen Zapata versus Joe Kun Chang. Those some good fights. Yeah, man. I like all weight classes, dogs. I like boxing, man. I'm not those type of guys who say watching midgets, man. These guys are fighting and punching each other in the face, and these guys is offense. The smaller guys, they got more combinations.
Yeah, man. It's just some people are stupid.
Yeah, just because they don't know them, which is fine. It's you got to follow these guys.
Yeah, I mean that's really the long and short of it, man. It's a
Yeah.
matter of them not getting promoted, because all you gotta do is ask any of the guys that was in the around like watching the fighters in the '90s and stuff. They know exactly who guys like Carbajal and them dudes are.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And they watch the fights. And
those
it
guys
wasn't-
were
it
on the
wasn't even
pound for
about,
pound
"Oh,
list.
This guy's too small to be watching." It was about like, oh shit, there's boxing on, and then that he was an Olympian and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
it all came with the package of watching boxing as a sport.
yeah. Those are great fights. With Kitty Kasim.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I'm tired of hearing this shit, man.
What's that?
I'm just reading this damn coronavirus shit.
Yeah, that stuff depressing, man.
Yeah, they talking about lifting this damn, letting people that not lifting this damn ban, and they say if they lift the ban too early, 200,000 Americans could die.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Because I mean, then people start getting infected. They start spreading it to other people.
Yeah.
People that got issues with their immune system or other diseases.
Yeah, because they try to open up things slowly by slowly. I walked by, there's a Staples not too far from me. Staples, like, the kind of like appliance, the store for, Staples. And it was open today. It's been closed, like, since this corona thing been going on.
Could you come in?
I seen people coming in and out of the Staples. I didn't walk directly in front of it. I was across the street.
Nah, man, they shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I was surprised.
When B-Mars was over, the phone earlier with B-Marsh earlier, Nanta. I got my groceries curbside delivered to the car.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they be doing a lot out here too for all different kinds of stores.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't going inside no stores with a lot of people in there no more.
Yeah. Like now too, they won't even let you inside without a mask.
Yep.
Anywhere you go, you gotta have a mask.
And you gotta line up at some supermarkets. There's too many people in there. I think they got a limit of how many people could be inside the grocery store.
Yeah, like I've seen. Yeah, that's been happening a lot. Like at the big club stores, like at Costco and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just staying out of the way, bro.
Yep. Staying indoors, man. I only step out when I have to. Yep. I don't know what's gonna happen with boxing, man. If we gonna have,
Unfortunately, I just seen bad news talking about like they might like not ever have Inoue versus Casimiro because of the flight restrictions and stuff.
flight restrictions, like what do you mean? For people to fly here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are flights still flying around?
I mean interstate,
Yeah.
but
I'd
even
never get
then,
on a plane.
I mean, I'm not flying right now or nothing, but
Yeah, I
like,
remember
know
what the
there's
first.
probably increased rules and shit. You know, like how many people you can put on a plane,
Yeah.
where you see them, and all that stuff. So
Yeah, I remember the first week of the corona, man. Plane tickets were cheap as shit. Like from here to
yeah,
California was like $150 round trip.
right, right.
I was like, man, I wouldn't. That's the last place I'd want to be is on a plane for a few
Yeah, I know.
hours because the plane's got a lot of germs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And then you breathing that air conditioned air. Is
yeah.
nah, I'm
Like
cool.
even just the smell of planes like that, like you can
Yeah.
tell, like it's not. It's like a weird smell,
Mm-hmm.
like a musty old smell. You know,
Yep.
like you could like smell the germs, stuff, the
Yeah,
dustiness
man.
and all that.
I got a cold. I came back. I was fine. I came back on the plane. I came back to the States, man. I came back with a cold. I was sick for like 3 days. Yeah, man.
What I been doing, I be buying me. I got me a motorcycle mask when I go out.
Oh, yeah? We come out there equipped. That motorcycle joint.
Yeah, that shit made out of better material than that cloth shit though.
Yeah, I got a ski mask. Like them joints for skiing put over your head.
Yeah, I got some of those. What you call it? They're like neck gaiters.
What's that?
Like a neck gaiter, like a lot of people they'll wear it. Like it's basically like a piece of like cloth, but like
Mm-hmm.
almost like it's like a breathable material, like a mesh. That
Okay.
you, like I guess normally
What
people
I
will wear them
got on
around
that,
their
this,
neck and stuff, like when it's cold.
Oh,
this
yeah.
what I
Pull
bought.
it up over my
Then you
face.
pull it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna laugh at me, Nazi. This what I bought. This shit funny as hell. I just put it in the chat.
Should be looking like a Young Buck album cover and shit. Yeah, man, you be out there looking like a bionic man and stuff.
Yeah.
Looking like you're about to like a character from a first-person shooter or something. Fucking Master Chief.
Let me look at that joint.
Yeah.
What you put up in there. Yeah, man.
It does though. It looks like some shit that you'd be like wearing to go, I don't know, paintball or something.
Yeah.
I'm watching Box Nation right now. They got Triple G versus Danny Jacobs.
Man, I don't want to see that shit again. I thought Daddy Jacobs won that fight too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so did I, man.
me too.
Man, Triple G used to be getting wins by doing the least amount of work in front.
Yep. The level of competition caught up to him, man. You fighting Willie Monroe and all these other guys, man. It's gonna catch up. Dominic Wade. I ain't seen Dominic Wade fight on TV ever since. Not even on Showbox.
I seen that fight. I'm like, he
That's
fight good.
that's how you know they picked him up. they they picked him out of a. They went and dug up Dominic Wade. Damn, that's a vicious mask, man. That shit look like some Transformers shit.
Yeah, I was trying to find something better than the cloth material though.
Yeah, that's a tough joint. Terminators.
I'm not sold on that cloth material. I gotta have some hard.
True. Yeah, man. I'll be having glasses too when I step out. Sunglasses, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to protect my whole face.
Yep. Man, I've seen people today with those gloves or masks. I've seen this girl catch the train. No gloves and mask on. I'm like,
Starting with disaster, man.
yeah. I don't even think you're supposed to be on the train right now without a mask. Yeah, man.
Y'all trust going out to eat?
Hell no, cuz. I eat everything at the house. I've been cooking, man. I ain't eating out since, probably since maybe early March. Everything's in the house.
I mean, I've gotten a couple things here and there, but I tend to avoid it generally.
You see, whenever I did eat anything out, it's like, if I'm out during the day and I'm not going to be home for some hours, then I'm going to pick something up while I'm out. But I'll
Man, they
be in
need to
the
come out with
house.
another. They need to come out with another stimulus check.
Well, they're working on it. Supposedly, they're talking about like two G a month.
Yeah, I heard about that.
You think I qualify for that small business loan? Cause I got these Mexican guys that was working for me.
Probably. Should look into it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's a good idea. If you can get approved for the small
Yeah,
business loan.
yeah, cause I can pay them guys. I can pay them guys while we ain't working.
Mm-hmm. Look at Danny Jacobs' kid was looking like a old newspaper, like a kid who sells newspapers in the 1930s. That's what Danny Jacobs' kid was looking like at this fight. Danny Jacobs, man, he'd been talking about fighting Gabe Rosado. Danny Jacobs, he's still a Al Heyman fighter though. Even though he's with Matchroom, he has a promoter. You know what I'm saying? Danny Jacobs, he's a smart businessman because he be getting good money. I'm sure he got some good bread to fight Cesar Chavez Jr. They showed him in quarantine. He don't even live in New York. He live in Atlanta. Yep. Danny Jacobs is good for his time, you know what I mean? When he lost to P-Rog, I ain't believe in him, and then he got the cancer. and then he came back. I seen him fight
I mean, he
Sergio.
was really young though too when he lost
Yeah,
to Pirog.
he was, but he was definitely supposed to win that fight. He was favored. He
Yeah,
was a house fighter.
Man,
yeah, yeah.
Triple G,
I
like
think I think it was just a miscalculation. You know, they didn't realize how good that dude was.
Yeah.
Triple G, Triple G better pray to God that he lucky Pirog got injured.
Yep. P-Rock broke his back, and they were supposed to fight in August of 2012. It was gonna be Gennady Golovkin's HBO debut, and instead, I think he got a Sheeta, rather, because P-Rock pulled out the fight. Then he fought the Ishida guy.
No, it
Yep.
was Rosado.
Rosado.
Yeah, he fought Rosado instead. Or no, not Rosado. My bad. That was Proxa. He fought Proxa
Proxad,
instead.
yeah, Proxa. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Proxa.
I mean, Proxa wasn't a bad fighter though too. You know, so that was a decent win.
Yeah, I think P-Rock fought him too, if I'm mistaken.
He did. Won by a decision, didn't he?
Yeah. Yep, I think that might have been the last fight of his career. Yeah, man. P-Rock was nice. Danny Jacobs came back. He fought Sergio Mora, man. He got put on the canvas. I ain't believe in that guy, but I did pick Danny Jacobs to beat Kid Chocolate. That one I knew he'd beat him. Not in one round, but I knew he'd win that fight. There's no way he
Yeah,
was going
so
to
did
lose
I.
that one.
So did I. I always felt like he was gonna catch him cold early.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
exactly what happened. When he actually did it, I was fucking excited, man. I was just because like I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could see it happen. So then to see it play out right in front of me, I'm like, oh shit, there it is.
Yeah, Kid Chocolate, I think, was undefeated. That was his only loss at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
say, man, Quillen. Honestly, I always thought he was a little bit underrated for what he was doing. Wasn't a great middleweight necessarily, but he was good. He was really solid.
yeah, for a guy who started boxing late. That's how I rated him. For a guy who started boxing late, I thought he did well for himself. You know what I mean? He beat Hassan and Jakam. He was dropping him all over the place. Um, who else did he fight? He fought Winky Wright, old ass Winky Wright, and then he started fighting weak competition after the Jakam win. You know what I mean? He um he fought in D.C. on an undercard with Bernard Hopkins. He fought some Polish guy we had never heard of. They were booing Kid Chocolate like shit in that D.C. Armory that night. They cheered for everybody else except Kid Chocolate. That was the night Sean Porter ran all over Paulie Malignaggi. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah, he put him under the ropes, just destroyed him.
yeah. Yeah, that was a beating.
Man, it was wild. It was live up in there when that shit happened.
That was a fucking beating,
That
man.
wasn't boxing. That was a street fight, a street mugging.
Yeah. Porter whoops his
Yeah.
ass.
Yep.
Malinagi's still mad about that shit to this day too.
Yeah. He said he felt like he got hit by a vehicle or he was in a car accident. And he kind of implied that dude is on steroids,
Yeah,
Sean
he did.
Porter. Yep. Everybody on steroids
Very
when it
much so.
come to Paulie. Yep, that's Paulie, man. He beat Zab Judah, and then he got that Sean Porter fight. Yeah, man.
Man, yeah, I'm ready to watch that damn I'm waiting to watch that damn next Michael Jordan shit, man.
Yeah, man, I can't wait for the next 2 episodes.
They don't show two of them.
Yep, two at a time.
Yeah.
This one I think gonna focus on Rodman more.
Yeah. I want to hear about Rodman and Kukoc and
Yeah, I
Amon
want.
Harper.
Mm-hmm. Tony Kukoc, man. Kukoc and Dino Raja, they were from the same country. Dino Raja was on the Celtics.
Yeah.
He used to average 20 and 10 on the Celtics, but he got injuries and he was never the same again. Yep.
Yeah, man. They gonna make it. The world gonna change, man. They gonna make it. I bet you they put it law. We gonna have to start wearing masks. What?
Yeah, man. Might as well. Shit. I ain't leaving the house without a mask.
Yeah.
There's gonna be kids who are born who only thing they know is people wearing masks.
Yeah, that's why it's about to be like that. Shit about to get crazy.
It's like the norm to them. Even when they grow up, they gonna leave the house. Hold on, let me grab my mask. And they're not gonna be using money. They gonna look at you crazy if you're using money. Ew, like you touching money? Cause ever since this Corona thing, I try to touch money as as minimal as possible. I try to pay with everything on my card. I don't have
Me
to
too.
get change and get new money. And when I come in the house, I got my gloves on, so I ain't touching no money out there. You seen Tony Harrison pops passed away from the corona.
Yeah, I saw that shit, man.
That's very sad because we just seen this guy coaching his son versus Charlo
Yeah.
and giving him good instructions. When Harrison got dropped early, it was telling him stop clowning around. You know what I mean? That's very sad. But I heard Michigan has been hit hard with the Rona. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to stay on. That's why I be in the house all the time.
But these people in Michigan, I've seen them like on Monday. What's the day? Wednesday. Like on Monday, I've seen them having rallies in Michigan because they don't want to stay at home. They talking about we have rights, like we have freedom to leave our homes. They don't want to stay in,
Yeah.
but they got a
I'm
high
gonna be
rate
honest.
in Michigan.
I'll be honest. If they do that, man, they shouldn't get no ventilators if they get sick.
Yeah, got to get a ventilator in your house. People gonna get started treated from the house. I feel sorry for all the mothers out there who are giving birth in hospitals when this shit is going on.
A newborn baby somewhere got the COVID-19 and died.
Yeah, I seen a little kid. I think she was from Michigan, if I'm mistaken. A little black girl, right?
No, somebody gave birth to a baby that had COVID-19.
Oh no, I didn't hear about that. Yikes, that's bad, man. I'm talking about. I seen a little girl. I think she was from Michigan. A little black girl passed away. Shit is deadly, boy. Yep.
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
I don't know how boxing gonna come back or sports in general. People gonna sit next to each other.
They're gonna have to make crowd. It's gonna have to come back. God, crowds.
They got to do it slowly by slowly. Like maybe letting a certain capacity in until things get better.
That's why we ain't gonna see that because he said they're gonna do all the smaller fights but he said he can't do that with Tyson and Wilder because that's a pay-per-view fight.
Yeah. And Bud said if he gonna fight in front of no crowd, he need to get paid more.
Yeah.
So that's not happening probably for him. I'm not sure how I feel about watching boxing with no crowd.
Yeah,
And
I'd
not
rather watch it
necessarily
though.
for me. I would. It's for the fighters. The
Yeah.
fighters fight to fight in front of for people to see. Otherwise, they'd fight behind closed doors. You know what I mean? They fight in front of crowds. The crowds get them entertained or get them hype. It's just I don't know, man. And that's how they make money from the gates, live gates. I seen a WrestleMania like maybe a month ago. I seen like highlights. They did that joint in a room in like a studio with no crowd. It sounded stupid. They doing all kind of body slams. You hear the impact, but you don't hear anybody cheering.
Yeah, that shit crazy. I mean,
It looks like practice. That's exactly what it looked like when I seen it. It looked like they practicing or rehearsing what they're gonna do when they get in front of the lights, camera, action. That shit was just regular WrestleMania. And Gronk was in that joint. Gronk from the Patriots.
yeah, I got to see some. I gotta watch some, man. I gotta have some boxing. I don't really care at this point.
Yeah, one great thing about boxing, man, I can watch the old school fights, and that just can satisfy my appetite for boxing because there's a million and one fights out there. Even fights you've watched uh, through this quarantine, I've watched some fights that I've watched many times. Like I watched Chavez and Meldrick Taylor. I watched Joppy versus Felix Trinidad like yesterday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to see them bring. I want to watch Dave Reed and Trinidad.
Huh? David Reed and Trinidad, yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
you
I
see
still
that
watch fights
that
on
they
that
say
regular
that
side.
guy they say Trinidad ruined that guy, right?
Yeah,
But and they say, oh, his management wrong for putting him there with Trinidad. He had only like 12 fights or 13 fights.
but he beat that guy that knocked out Terry Newell.
Yeah, he beat Laurent Bundawani, that French dude.
And he beat a guy that knocked out Terry Norris, that black guy.
Keith Mullins.
Yeah, he beat Keith Mullins. You can't go backwards once you beat people like that.
Yeah. But I look at it like this, right? You know, when he fought Trinidad, man, Trinidad fucked up his eye and shit. He was never the same, man. He had a retina.
His guy was already
But
messed
his eye
up.
was already messed up, right? Yeah. His eye was already messed up. But I think his management was trying to get him these big fights because he was a gold medal Olympian already. They was trying to get him his big fights already because they probably knew his eye ain't gonna hold up for too long. You know what I mean?
Not only that, he was winning that fight against Trinidad. He just messed up.
Hell yeah, he even dropped Trinidad, man.
What he did before, then he started fighting the wrong fight.
Yeah, he
He
did.
started staying in the pocket a little bit too longer. Tito caught him in a later round.
Yeah, he caught him. He caught him and he smiled. He tried to smile, and then he got put on the canvas.
I think it was in the 6th or 7th round. He took a beating from then all the way on to the fight because once he got hurt,
Yeah,
he couldn't really recover.
he ain't have his legs no more. He ain't have no balance when he got caught. Um, But even that fight when he fought that French dude, Laurent Bundouani, and he got that belt, WBA belt, that's a good ass fight. And it's close too. It's a close fight. I thought he won the fight. You know what I mean? But it ain't like he just washed the guy. That was a very close fight.
Yeah.
You seen that them Laurent Bundouani fights with Guillermo Jones?
Yeah.
Those some good fights, man. I thought he lost both of them. Guillermo Jones won both of them.
Yeah, I'm about to watch them fights too. I'm about to watch fights in basketball the rest of the night.
Yeah, I might watch an old school fight. I might watch an old school joint tonight. What time we got right now?
It's
10:30.
10:30. I might play me some fight night first though.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Sometimes, when I be thinking of I want to watch a fight, I could take like 20 minutes before I decide which fight I want to watch because there's so many. I have so
Yeah.
many options.
You go to that wrestling site and still watch fight.
I haven't gone there in a while. The last times I was going there, I think I wanted to watch Fury versus Wilder 1, and they ain't have it.
It's up there now. They got all the current fights. If you want to watch old school, you can go to They got all the big current fights for the past 3 years up there though.
Yeah, old school shit, I go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are always my backup options. Daily Motion and the Russian site and another site, I think it's is it fight the best fights? It's a website. I forgot the name of
And
it.
also, but you got an app. They got an app though. You can put it on the box. If you don't want to go to the browser.
Yeah.
I got the app on my Me box.
Okay. Do I have it on my B box? Let me check. I feel like I had it at one point. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I did at one point. Yeah, I think when I have watched it, I just go to the website, to the browser. Yeah, Triple G fight like Darius Michikowski, right?
Yep, that's why I think.
Yeah, I'm watching him right now versus Jacobs.
You know who else used to fight like Miracle Chelsea too?
Who?
Vasily Gerald.
Yeah. Where was G-Raw from? He was Polish or something?
I forgot where that came from.
If he is Polish, then it makes sense because Michikowski is from Poland, but based out of Germany. And when Triple G was coming up, he was based out of Germany, so I'm pretty sure he looked up to Michikowski because he fight just like him.
Yeah.
But them Triple G fanatics who love Triple G and said Triple G better than Hagler, I bet you they don't even know who Michikowski is.
Yeah, but back before when I saw Miracle Chelsea, man, because we didn't have. Well, when I was in the box, we didn't have YouTube, so I only really heard about him in magazines.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. But I'd seen him fight once on TV, and that was against Virgil Hill. I watched that fight live.
They showed that on TV. But
Yeah, and Teddy Atlas was a commentator, and it wasn't ESPN. It was like, I think it was just like regular channel 5 or ABC or something. Even Michael Nunn. I seen Michael Nunn back in the day on Fox TV. I seen him on Fox, like late '90s when he was at 175, and he had won himself a kind of WBC belt.
I remember back in what was it, 87, 88, 89, they had early 90s, they had the late 80s and early 90s, they had Wild World of Sports on CBS.
Yeah.
You gotta watch fellas like Buddy McGirt and stuff up there.
Yep, those were the first boxing, and those fights used to be in the afternoon.
Yeah,
Remember?
on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday, Worldwide of Sports. I remember seeing John Mugabe versus Terry Norris because my pops, one of his best friends was a dude from Uganda, and he had been talking about Mugabe even before he fought Hagler. And I remember watching Terry Norris and Mugabe on regular TV in the afternoon.
Oh yeah, I'm watching Birdo versus Galazzo.
Berto versus Collazo. Oh yeah, damn, I forgot. That's an old fight. Hey, I thought Collazo won that fight. I even forgot they fought. When you said Berto versus Collazo, what rang in my head was Victor Ortiz because both of them fought Ortiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he got robbed against this fight though. Galazzo.
Yeah, I thought Collazo won that too. Collazo from Brooklyn.
Galazzo was beating Keith Thurman too until he got cut.
Yeah. He came back and he was giving him some work.
Galazzo would have been good if he dedicated himself more. I thought he was a world class guy.
Yeah.
I wanted to fight Cotto one time.
I know, they're in the same division.
I thought he could have beat Cotto too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like my dad. I ain't never really liked Cotto like a lot of people did.
Yeah, I wasn't a Cotto guy, I ain't gonna lie. I almost rooted for him against him. I rooted for him against Margarito. I wasn't a Margarito guy, but
I ain't gonna lie.
I thought Shane Mosley beat him by a point.
What changed my mind was the Mosley fight. I thought I ain't expecting to fight like that against Mosley.
Yeah.
I thought Mosley was gonna knock him out though.
Yeah, that was a close fight. I didn't like how the guy was avoiding guys like Paul Williams and then fighting Quintana, Carlos Quintana, rather than fighting guys like Paul Williams.
Quintana beat Paul Williams. Quintana beat Paul Williams too.
Yeah, he did. Then Paul Williams fucked him up in one round in the rematch.
But that was at 154 though. That first fight was at 147.
It was at 147 too, because he got back the belt he lost to Quintana. It was at 147, yeah, the WBO belt.
Okay.
Yep.
But I ain't never really.
And then Cotto went and fought for that WBO belt. And then that's how Manny Pacquiao took it from him. He fought for the vacant belt that Paul Williams vacated. And I ain't like Cotto. Cotto ain't fight Paul Williams. They talk about Floyd. But there was times when Floyd wasn't even in boxing when Paul Williams was doing his thing. Floyd was retired.
Because remember, Paul Williams in my damn boxing group too. I asked him about what did Floyd do. He said he was never supposed to fight.
Yeah.
Floyd. He said he was the number one contender for Manny Pacquiao.
Yep, with the WBO.
He said Pacquiao didn't want to fight him.
That's a bad matchup. Hey man, that's why I made that video. I said Paul Williams like the Mike McCallum of his era. I'm not saying he's as great as Mike McCallum, but Paul Williams didn't get no Cottos, no Floyds, no Pacquiaos, none of those guys. All them welterweights, you know what I mean? He ain't fighting no Clottey, none of those guys.
Yeah.
That's why he moved up.
I think some of them guys could have beat him. He almost got, a fight that didn't happen that almost happened. Paul Williams was supposed to fight
Canelo.
Kelly Pavlik.
Yeah, Kelly Pavlik, I think, turned it down.
I think Kelly Pavlik would knock his ass out, too.
Yeah. Yep. This was after the first Sergio Martinez fight. Before they did the rematch. Yeah, I remember. Yep.
I thought Paul Williams, please, Paul, don't take that fight.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't elusive like that. He wasn't elusive like that.
Yeah, Paul Williams Paul Williams though is not elusive. He's there to be hit.
Yeah, he was gonna told Kelly family, yo.
But he was supposed to fight Canelo before he for that
Canelo,
motorcycle accident.
Canelo would have knocked him out.
You think so? I did a video on that, and I ain't gonna lie, I had no idea. Just like back when, I have no idea. Cause I look at what Canelo was doing at the time. That was like around 2012,
Yeah, but
and
that was after Paul Williams got knocked out and shit. He was looking bad though.
yeah. But you know, Paul Williams has how many losses he got? He only got 2 losses in his whole career.
But
Quintana and Sergio Martinez.
He got that rival against Lar too.
Yeah, I thought he lost. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, so that fight, it was the only fight I've ever done on my fights we didn't get to see that I said, man, that's a draw. I just gotta call it a draw.
Man, he almost dropped his ass in the first round. Calazo almost dropped Berto in the first round. I watched this fight over.
Yeah. I haven't watched that fight since the night it happened.
It's a good fight.
Yeah. I like watching Berto and Guerrero and Berto and Ortiz.
Calazo was pretty good.
Yep. From Brooklyn, Puerto Rican. From Starlet City. That's where he trained at and fought it in the gyms.
That's the same gym McHale used to train out of.
Who? Kev?
Killer.
Yeah, Killer Kev, yep. Mm-hmm. And Shannon Briggs.
Yep. They said that gym. I think he said that gym ain't there no more.
Wow.
Or they closed it down or some shit.
I wouldn't doubt it, man. There's not too many gyms around like there used to be. Like Jared Hurd, I mean, he don't train around here no more. He got a new coach. He trained in Temple Heights, Maryland, right on the borderline of Southeast DC on Southern Ave and Hillcrest Heights, Temple Hills. I could see his gym whenever I used to go to my shorty crib. I'd walk by the gym, you know what I mean? But I never went in because I was just going to my shorty crib and spend some time and go back home. Because my shorty stay on the south side. I stay on the north side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she stay out there on the south side. The south side is like a it's like a different part of DC, man. You know what I'm saying? The Southeast DC, man, is different from Northwest. You know what I'm saying? Out there, they know you ain't from out there. You know what I mean? It's they know that you're not from out there when you go on the south side. Just how they dress. We dress different in uptown Northwest than they do on the south side. The south side, they be more on the dark clothing and they Nike boots. You know what I mean? Yeah. What you think Danny Jacobs gonna do at 168, man? You think he can beat any of the champions?
No.
He can't beat Caleb Plant? He said Caleb Plant's beatable.
Yeah, but I don't see him doing it.
Can he beat the English guys like Billy Joe Saunders and or Callum Smith?
I think Jacobs done championship run over.
Woo, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, man, because I'm watching these fights, man. He don't show up in them championship fights.
Yeah, he doesn't go that extra gear like Scorsese used to say. You know, like he ain't saying in them exact words, but I know exactly what he's saying. Like he don't just go all out. Like fuck it. I'm not saying be dangerous and just stick your chin out there, get knocked out. But that man is bigger than Cannoli, but he was on the back foot the most of the time. Cannoli's pressing the action. He should have a stiff jab to keep the shorter guy up off of him. And if he want to come in close, unleash that right uppercut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I don't know if Danny Jacobs could win a title at 168, but there should be no excuses for him getting a title shot ASAP because he's on the zone. The zone has Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders. He could make he should get one of those fights within the next. I don't know when Boxer's gonna be back, but if not his next fight, because he keep talking about Gabe Rosado. If not Gabe
Yeah.
Rosado, even though he had told Gabe Rosado before, like he ain't done nothing, like he's a waste of time. Now all of a sudden he wants to fight him, whatever. But if he fights him and beats Rosado, he should fight one of them British super middleweights. Bring back them titles to USA if he can beat any of them. I think both fights are very competitive for Danny Jacobs. And if Danny Jacobs got any pride, he better win both them fights.
Man, I don't want to see him fight Gabe Rosado though.
No, I don't. I'd rather you just fight for a title next. That fight he had with what's his name? With you saw him fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
Yeah.
Hey, that fight was vicious.
Yeah.
He was beating Chavez's ass, and then Chavez wins one round. And I'm like, uh-oh. Hey, Chavez look, he's backing Jacobs up, and then the motherfucker quits after his best round. That's why the crowd was pissed because he was coming on strong in the later rounds. It only went five, so round five he won. Round four he had some success. I don't think I gave it to him. If I did, whatever. But then he quit. You know what I mean? That was a good fight though. For the 5 rounds it lasted, then the Mexicans started throwing beer cans. They started throwing beer and all kind of flying projectiles into the ring. That was a classic. You see, Eddie Hearn he don't care about nothing. This guy Cesar Chavez ain't want to take a drug test to fight Danny Jacobs. He refused. So the Nevada State Athletic Commission they refused to give him a license to fight. And then this guy Eddie Hearn he takes the fight to Arizona. You know what I mean? How do we know this guy wasn't using steroids the whole time? They probably done test him in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Man, this fight was good too.
Well, Collazo and Berto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
ain't
in the
seen
third
it.
round.
I ain't seen it in a while. I'm in the 10th round of this Jacobs Triple G. Jacobs be switching stances too.
Yeah.
A lot of fighters switch stances. Like Roy Jones, he could switch stances too. I've seen him do it. I've seen Floyd Mayweather fight southpaw when he fought Chop Chop Corley, and not the whole fight, but I've seen him switch stances and fight in the southpaw. Even Andre Ward. Andre Ward fights orthodox, but in real life, he's really a lefty. He does everything with his left, like LeBron James. LeBron James writes with his left hand. He's a left-hander, but he played basketball with his right. That's crazy, right?
Ambidextrous.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, man.
Yeah. I wonder can he fight with his right hand too.
Who
LeBron.
he can go left. I ain't never seen him shoot no jump shot with his left. I've seen Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant. I seen him shoot Jays with the left. But LeBron James, he likes going left. He's strong going right. And 9 times out of 10, he'll probably do a spin move. Before you know it, he got a layup in the paint. But he got a good left hand. I'll give him that. for layups, going hard to the rack with the left. That's where I like going too. I like when I drive or put the ball on the floor, I like going left because when I go left, I got more options getting to the rim. I can finish with both hands because I can finish with my left hand. It's not that strong like my right. So I kind of expose it. Let's say I go left by a defender and he's on my hip. I expose it with my left and I'm really looking to see where he at on my hip. If I know he's nowhere close to my right, I'm gonna go with my left and then I'm gonna switch it to my right hand and lay it in. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go left when I'm driving to the rack. Cause if I go right, I personally don't have a left-handed layup game on the right side of the rim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. I'll just keep it funky with you. That's a hard shot. That's not high percentage for me. So if I go right, I only have one option. Finish with my right hand. When I go left, I could do both.
Yeah, I like that shit too. You still be able to do both.
Yeah, when I go left. And I'm pulling up for Jay off the dribble. I prefer I prefer more going left too. I can go right too. But I always try to keep a decoy, like let guys more give me the left hand because they think because I'm right-handed, take away my right hand. That's fine. I'm a just get a little space and step left and pull the J, or if I get you close on me, I'm going to the rack, finishing with the left or the right hand on the left side of the rim. You watch them horse games the NBA had
Oh yeah, I watched Chauncey Billups
and Trey Young.
yeah, Trey Young putting on that little kid basketball court.
Yeah, man, his rim looked like it was 8 feet. Hey, and his free throw line looked mad close.
Yeah, it's still lost.
Yeah, he still lost, doing too much. I thought he would have won.
Yeah.
But Michael Conley eventually won the whole thing. But unlike everybody else, Michael Conley was shooting in an indoor gym. Everybody else shooting outside in the wind, in the cold. Man, he kind of cheated. He had an advantage. It wasn't an even playing field.
Yeah, man, he should have. They should have. I don't know. I ain't like some of them. I ain't like some. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like some of the horse games.
Some of the who? The horse
Some
games?
of the horse games. Yeah.
You saw Zach Levine versus that girl?
No, I seen Zach Levine against somebody else though.
Zach Levine, who did he beat before? Yeah, he beat the girl. No, he beat Paul Pierce first. He beat Paul Pierce
Yeah,
first.
I saw that one. I ain't seen the girl.
Man, that girl, man, he put her in a torture chamber, dogs. He did all kinds of difficult shit he knows she can't do. Yo, this guy was throwing it off the backboard. No, throwing it off between his legs, off the backboard, catch it in the air, and do a reverse with your left. That white girl, that white girl could shoot. She's a 3-point champion in the NBA, WNBA, but she ain't got no athleticism to be doing all that type of shit.
Nah, they shouldn't. They should have them. That's why I don't think they should go against God.
The what?
That's why I don't think they should go against guys.
Yeah, man. Zach Levine put her in a torture chamber. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This damn fight is crazy.
Yeah, I might have to watch that sometime soon. I might have to watch that and probably score it again because I remember I thought Collazo won that fight. I was,
I got.
I
I
was
watched it on my 60-inch TV in the living room.
true.
That shit good.
Yeah, that's a good view right there in HD.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bart.
Yeah.
But I ain't know it was this late. We talked for. We talked. It's 11 o'clock almost now.
Damn, it's like 2 hours, 30 minutes on the dot right now on the hangout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But let me
man.
hit you back in the morning. I'm gonna go watch this fight. I'm gonna go to bed. I get up, man, early in the morning. I work out. I work out in the house.
I
I got
feel
my
you.
little exercise bike. I got weights. I got jump rope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, no question, man. We could probably do another boxing hangout, man. You know, I ain't going nowhere. I'm
Yeah,
indoors.
we should do a fight like we should do like we did on Beats Hangout. Do a fight that was difficult, and we get like 3 people on there. Me, you, Charlie, and Leata. Then we score at the end of each one.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
That's like a old school Jane. Watch a old school controversial decisions fight.
Controversial decision joint, and we watch it. We see it ourselves and see what we got.
Yeah, I haven't done those in a while, man. Yeah, we used to do them with the boxing librarian and Mr. Doc.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question. We'll see what's up tomorrow.
Yeah, because everybody in the house, basically, you should do it tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, I only step out when I got to, and I got food. I
I
got,
got food to last for probably a month, bro. I ain't
yeah,
been
I
out
got
the
food to
house.
last a month because I did grocery shopping the month before, and it
Yeah.
lasted me a month. Yeah, man. So we'll see what's good, man.
All right. I'll hit you up tomorrow then.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right, world. Be March Boxing, man. Hope y'all enjoyed this long hangout. I think this probably the longest hangout I ever done on my channel, but it's all good, man. We talk boxing, we talk basketball, just sports in general, man. Leave your thoughts and comments. Hit the thumbs up. Please share and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And let me know in the comment section about anything we was talking about tonight, from basketball to old school boxing. See, my man Neota came on the chat. Big ups to Neota. Go subscribe to my man's channel. You know what I mean? The best channel on YouTube. In depth boxing talk about, you know, the little weights. You know what I mean? And not just the little weights. The man Neota is versatile, but he definitely specializes, and I think he should you know, he should stay and be known for talking that little man boxing talk, the lower weights. You know what I mean? And go ahead and go to Facebook and go sign up to my man. We live, eat, sleep boxing page on YouTube. You know what I mean? I said YouTube. Excuse me, on Facebook. That's my man Chris Caban. Big ups to everybody in the chat. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Salute to everybody. B Marsh boxing them out of here. Peace.